Thank you for that last segment, Mary. I really enjoyed the Minesweeper. I don't know. I love Minesweeper content. Call me crazy, but Minesweeper is exciting, even if you're only playing a little bit. But we're moving away from Minesweeper into League of Legends for our ECAC finals, which is huge. For those of you who don't know, our ECAC tournament's been running pretty much all fall since like late September and October. And tonight is the finals of the red group between our own Ithaca College and the Farmingdale Rams.
Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, just having all these amateur college teams get together and have this amazing tournament and just end it with I mean, obviously Ithaca College, you guys obviously hosting this stream. You guys are in the finals. Obviously, I don't want to be too biased, right? But I feel like we have some people to root for here, right?
I mean, and this non-bias, by the way, is coming from someone who isn't even from Ithaca. For I know
Yeah.
most people know me. I do a lot of this stuff, but do you mind introducing yourself a little bit, Michael?
Yeah, of course. My name is Michael Krolder. Obviously, my tag is Krolder. It's my last name, but that's all right. I actually go to SUNY Oneonta. I'm a junior there, but I was brought on to cast this amazing finals because I can already tell it's gonna be a couple bangers.
I'm excited for it. I've really
Yeah,
enjoyed a lot of the pro play that we've seen over this preseason, just because there's a lot of diversity. I mean, we have some new runes, we have some updated champions. I
yeah.
think we could see some interesting picks come out, and maybe even some like old picks. You know?
I hope the new stuff is really showcased today. I mean, obviously, I think one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about is the changes to the rune Lethal Tempo. I think Lethal Tempo is probably one of the most broken runes in the game right now. It's so good on a lot of people, right? It's good on Yasuo Yone, the Wind Twins, if you will. It's good on Tryndamere. Any real melee solo laner, I'm sure running Lethal Tempo will work. I've seen a guy run Tom Kench top with Lethal Tempo, and it still
Oh
worked.
God.
So like Lethal Tempo,
Uh,
it's pretty good. And then the other rune I wanted to talk about, obviously, it's Glacial Augment. I wanted to talk about Glacial Augment because it is super good. I feel like it's being underutilized, but also like I think especially on champs with hard CC, I'm thinking Alistar, I'm thinking Thresh, I'm thinking even Tarek. Just champions that have this hard CC, it can make it so much easier for your team to follow it up. So we're probably going to be seeing it on a lot of engaged supports if they're picked at all, because I know the meta has been swinging towards an enchanter support meta, which boo. But you know what? That's all right. It's not a it's gonna be all right. But I hope I do get to see at least either of those things come out today.
It seems to me like we have a Yumi hater that I'm working with. I'm not sure if I'm okay with that. I might need to ask you to leave if you're a Yumi hater, but
I am not a Yumi hater. I'm not a Yumi hater. It's just I'm a support main, and I main all the engaged champions. I don't have fun playing the enchanters.
no,
So
no,
I don't
no,
hate
that's
Yumi.
fair.
No. I would never do that.
I'm just teasing. I believe my first time I ever played Yumi, I like actually the day she was released. I thought she was so interesting. The day she was released in my first game I played her, I was all excited. I sat on my ADC, who is my good friend from high school, and then I went to the bathroom. And that was just like my Yumi experience of the first game. And I thought that was super exciting. But coming coming back
Yeah,
away from Yumi players, I do think we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff. Like we have a lot of interesting picks between the teams. Like I know that Farmingdale likes to pull out a Yasuo, likes to pull out those like that carry top side that we haven't necessarily
sure.
seen that much out of Ithaca. So I'm really
Yeah,
interested to see how that'll work in.
absolutely. And in terms of like champion picks that I want to see, in terms of what's strong right now in like solo lanes, I've been seeing a lot of Jace and Victor. Jace, I think, especially is really strong with First Strike, which is one of the new runes that was introduced. But it looks like we're going for a Gragas ban
Yeah,
first off.
we are getting that draft, and I think that Gragas ban is good. It's something that Eli Ron likes to pull out. It's something that can be flexed around the team because we know
Yeah,
that, at least from
absolutely.
our perspective, everything likes to get flexed. And it's followed up by a Riven, which has been a power pick for.
Right. Riven is just a strong champion. I mean, Riven is it's it's a lot to handle with a Riven. And then I do want to touch on that Gragas. I like the Gragas ban a lot. Gragas, if you think about it, is a bit of a quadruple flex, right? You can play a top jungle, mid support. And then following up with that Vayne ban, I do think Vayne is a decently strong champion right now. And it seemed to be a comfort pick for the name is escaping me right now.
Clouds. I see Clouds. Yeah,
yes, Clouds. Yes, right. Clouds.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of it. That's
so
for sure.
Vayne, I understand. And then the Lulu ban coming out. We were actually speaking about that before.
Yeah, another comfort pick.
It was a comfort pick for the Farmingdale support. So I think we've got a good set of bans here so far. But in terms of priority picks, like I was saying before, the Jace and the Victor. I think Victor is a super strong champion right now, especially with First Strike. And same thing with Jace. I mean, Victor, you put Cosmic Drive on him, he gets Phase Rush for free. You don't need the rune page there. And then the last two bans coming out are Graves and Kog'Maw. Graves, obviously another flex pick. Obviously, leaning towards jungle and top, right? I don't think Graves mid has been seeing a lot of love as of recently. And then Kog'Maw coming out. That's understandable. With a Lulu ban, you might as well ban the Kog'Maw that goes with it as well. So it's yeah, no, I think we have a good set of bans here, and in terms of like a first pick, they're gonna go for the first pick. The first pick, Yumi.
Yes,
We were just talking about it.
Oh my goodness!
The first pick, Yumi.
We spoke it into existence.
We spoke the Yumi into existence. That's amazing. I love it. Yumi's a very strong enchanter right now. The amount of healing that comes out from that champion and the amount of just raw peel that can come out the CC, it's amazing. And then the Jinx hover from Ithaca. Jinx, very strong, especially with lethal tempo, like I was talking about before. If the Jinx gets locked in here, I think that's going to be a strong bot lane, but it's going to be Lilia instead. And another flex, right? This can go to the solo lane or the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, it could go around the map. We've seen it all around the map, I believe, at least with our team, with Ithaca so far. We've seen it in the jungle. We saw it top lane. So it is something that can go everywhere, and I feel it's a relatively strong pick. And, like, going back to that Jinx, I think Jinx is one of, like, the prime 80 carries right now. I think Jinx, along with Caitlyn being very good, is something, okay, and they were seeing it. The Jinx locked in for Ithaca, going into the hands of IC, Clouds, and the bot lane. What do you think? I'm assuming Farmingdale will pick up an 80 carry here. Who do you think will fit in with the Yuumi?
Just because, the first thing that came to my mind was Ezreal. I think Ezreal is pretty strong right now. Ezreal Yuumi is a good lane, but leaning towards the Caitlyn, that would be interesting. I'm not sure about Caitlyn Yuumi. You know what? If Caitlyn might be a comfort pick, then I get it. But like, also Caitlyn, a very strong champion. It's just I don't think Caitlyn and Yuumi have the synergy that Ezreal and Yuumi do, or even like Twitch and Yuumi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they definitely don't have that quite synergy because Caitlyn isn't exactly. She can be pretty safe, but she isn't exactly someone who you want to be leaving alone. And with a Yuumi, she's more or less alone.
Of course.
But ooh.
Ooh, okay. Kha'Zix. Actually, something I wanted to bring up is that I think in the jungle, we're starting to get more assassins, right? With the introduction of Axiomark. So, because Axiomark, the whole passive behind it, or something that the item does, is it allows you to regain, I think it's 25% of your ult cooldown on a takedown. And that is insane. So that leads me to think that because of this item, we're going to get a lot more jungle assassins. We're going to get a lot more mid lane assassins, and maybe we might get a Pyke. But I doubt we're going to get a Pyke. That's fine, though. And the last pick coming out from Ithaca is going to be the Nautilus. I think Jinx Nautilus is very strong. Jinx is usually, in my opinion, Jinx is usually best with a tanky, engaged champion, right? You think about Jinx Thresh. And that's just kind of like a similar vibe. But then the first ban coming out is going to be Yasuo, an immediate response with the Galio.
Okay. So bans seem to be, at least from the Ithaca side, based towards that top lane, trying to get that champion pull up to Mims down before the games to start. And meanwhile, Farmingdale's looking towards, it seems to be that mid lane, hitting the Galio, They've already
Hey,
hit up the Graves and the Gragas, which both have been pulled out in the mid lane as well. I know we aren't getting as much attention in the mid lane with the Graves, but just thinking about it, and I mean, someone mentioned it in chat, and I do want to bring it up because it's always a possibility. Like, this is looking like with Jinx being a hyper carry, Lilia being able to support the Jinx and a Nautilus, we could see a Singed mid. That is on the table. It's always a possibility with these guys.
you
And I
know,
just want to bring it up. But
ooh,
Camille,
okay.
Camille.
Insta lock Camille. Now, Camille, as I'm sure we both know, or all of us know, Camille is very strong. Camille is a very good top laner. Camille can be left alone. If Camille is left behind, she could still destroy you with her Q, right? Like Camille is just such an insanely good champion. But the Mordekaiser to respond,
Okay,
I
getting
like
it.
the Mordekaiser. I don't know if it's that. I actually Mordekaiser, from my understanding, is pretty good into Camille, but
Yeah, it's definitely a counter pick. I think it's a relatively good. Like, I don't know necessarily how I feel about Mordekaiser in general as a champion right now, but I feel as if
like
it's really, really
yeah,
good into the Camille, and it'll do well,
sure.
especially coming into that mid to late game with all the poke. But
I think what Ithaca is trying to do in terms of their comp, I mean, right, we have that Jinx for a hyper carry. So even if they're in a weak side top lane, like if they're in a losing matchup in top, as long as they're able to dominate that bot lane, I think they'll have a fun time. And right there for that mid lane, like I said, Victor's so strong right now. That first strike Victor, oh my God, please do it. Lock it in. Please.
I would like
Please
this.
do it.
Play the
Yes!
scaling game.
We
All right.
get it!
We are playing for 30 minutes. All right. So if this game lasts 30 minutes, I have to give it to Ithaca. If it goes before 30 minutes, I give it, depending on how strong Kha'Zix is,
All right.
gives the
So
game.
in terms of their compositions, I think I like the mid jungle better with in terms of early to late. Early game, I like the Victor and Kha'Zix more. I feel like Kha'Zix is just a champion where he can just destroy you early and have fun with that. But obviously, late game, I think that's going to be quite different when you got a Lilia and a Kassadin on your team. Kassadin obviously being the late game champion, and then Lilia, having all that burn damage, assuming that the Lilia is going to be going Leandries and having all that all that damage, I should say, and then obviously that ultimate from Lilia is going to be able to change team fights. It's going to be able
And
to change.
another thing I really like about it is all of the peel ability they have for that Jinx. In order to get that first kill down, to get her excitement rolling, so she can push through that team, because you have the Nautilus peel, you have Camille, I suppose even Lilia, she can put down her sleep to help her. That's, I feel, is really vital for the point of Ithaca. Whereas I feel like Farmingdale at this point, they're around picks. They need the Yuumi, the cat on the bug, and then need to bug to one shot the Jinx. And that's
absolutely.
And that's how Farmingdale wins this game.
Yes, Ithaca just needs to put all their eggs in one basket, and that basket's going to be Jinx. So if they're able to do that, if they're able to make that a reality, then I think Ithaca has a good shot of winning this. I mean, Jinx is a super strong champion, and if it's in the hands of somebody who's super fed, it usually just wins a game. Plus, even if you don't get super fed on the Jinx, excuse me, you'll have a Camille, you'll have a Kassadin. These are things that can solo carry games. These are things that one or two small picks can just take over the entire game.
I agree with that. It's apt to be an exciting one, but we are going to take a quick break for competitive integrity as players load into the Rift, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Here we are getting into game 1 now. Nothing too fancy.
Nothing too fancy just yet.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although, first strike Kazakhs, how do you feel about that? See,
First strike Kazakhs, I like it.
Really?
I think
okay.
I think it could be interesting. I mean, obviously, I don't think you'll get as much scaling potential as you're going like a normal Dark Harvest Kazakhs, but in terms of just like getting your items quicker, I do like Kazakhs with first strike. I wouldn't say it's like the best build for him, but I could see it working.
No, that's fair. I haven't tried it. I personally like the Electrocute Dark Harvest. Like that's even the Conqueror going Bruiser. Like that's more of my Kazakhs vibe. But I was just wondering what you thought. Like obviously the Victor makes sense, and like little bits of trading going on across the map right now, but nothing too fancy. Eliron actually might even be looking for a little bit of a ward, but maybe not. Or Kaiser's just kind of shoving him off. Not much he can do about it.
But I do want to point out just the itemization in the mid lane, right? Because I feel like Lasaga, he knows that he's going to get constantly poked out by this Victor, so he goes for the Doran Shield, and I do like. I don't know if I like the Dark Seal on the Victor. I think it's the Dark Seal start. He might be going a little bit for the confidence booster, right? But I do in that matchup I would take like a corrupting pot, but that top lane trade is looking quite dangerous for Eli. I was trying to finish up my point, but I was seeing this Mordekaiser just destroy this Camille.
Yeah, that trade was not ideal for the Camille, but
not at all.
Oh well. I suppose
Camille does have 2. I'm assuming that Camille took hook shot second, right? Because
I would think so. Yeah, you would hope she took the hook shot. I mean, I'm not sure she's even trying to fight right now. Just kind of get a few levels, see what's going on. But she does have the ignite. That is something to keep in mind. If Mordekaiser lets himself get relatively low, then Eliron will be able to take him out. But this top lane matchup I find really interesting. I mean, I'm always looking on the side of Ithaca, which is probably not the best idea, but I do it anyways. This is the first time like Eliron's been quote unquote like tested this season in the ECAC.
Sure.
Like, the Mims he's a Masters player just like Eliron is. So it's like I'm excited to see how he plays in another carry top laner, because he's a carry top laner himself, and this is like a player that is as of or supposedly equal skill level. But so I'm interested to see that. But Cossacks looking for a little bit of an invade. He didn't spot Sandbag on any of his camps, but that Lilia clear is still bonkers.
The Lilia clear is absolutely insane.
It's always been bonkers fast, and it's still bonkers fast. But
I love the pathing towards top that the Lilia is doing. Obviously,
he's even getting a little bit of a gank. First blood goes down to the Mordekaiser, but it should be traded out in a second. Kazakhs is on his way.
Traded out,
important to notice. All right, flashes, secures the kill. That is 1 kill each. Kazakhs is now here. He's going to try to look for Sandbag. Maybe he won't. They'll just take the trade 1-on-1. Oh, I lied to you again. TP now, coming in from Eliron. Kazakhs does have the flash to try to get away. Is about to be a 3v3 in the top lane. Sandbag will fall as well as the Kazakhs, and now there's a little bit of a fight. Is it a 2v1, I believe, on the top side, or even a 2v2, as it looks like Victor's up there as well, and holy moly, top lane fiesta.
What a clown fiesta. I mean, first of all, when you had Lilia going after the Mordekaiser, she missed the swirl seed directly next to him. And then you have Kazakhs coming up. Obviously, the kill was secured with the flash, but I don't even really think you needed a flash there. Lilia Q just has an insane range, and everybody just wants to come top lane for a little bit of that action. But the game is still even. After all that, the game somehow just becomes even still.
That it is, but Clouds is really low in this matchup. I mean, he does have the wave slow pushing towards him, and there is no Kazakhs around to take advantage of it, but he is very low. He has both of his sums at the moment, and here is Sandbag in with the gank into the bot lane. Manwar is first going in, rooting up the Caitlyn, who uses the heal to try to get out. But no one has fallen yet. Exhausted Manwars, who's taking low. Caitlyn flashing forward and is not able to take the Jinx. Looks like it will be 2 eventual kills for Ithaca. Manwars is trying to get his piece of the action, and he will Sandbag now. 2-1-2, very fed, and that bot lane of Ithaca now with a little bit of a lead.
I mean, that was just a clean gank from Lilia. I mean, he just came at the exact right time. It could be attributed to his clear speed or even the movement speed that Lilia gets from her passive. I mean, just the wave was in a perfect position. The Farmingdale bot lane was just perfectly in the right spot for a gank. It was immaculate, really. Like it was
very good. And he's
very
like still up CS, which is important. Up CS on the Cossack, which is important to note. And now he has an assist and the 2 kills over him. That Lilia is going to be a very strong pony to start it out. I was trying to find a P word. I was trying to find a P word, but like prickly was the only thing I could think of, and that wasn't the right word.
Yeah. I mean, it becomes even better when you realize that Lily is not a horse.
True, but you know, it's like almost a horse.
No,
right?
I really like how Sandbag went for this Dark Seal here, right? He knows that he's already starting to become, pretty strong in this game, so he might even rush Medjai's first item after, obviously, the Lucidity boots he just bought, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes Medjai's right after this.
That would be kind of nuts. I mean, it's Sandbag. If anyone's gonna do it, Sandbag's gonna do it. I would like that, but I guess we'll see in a moment. Sandbag is around. Top lane's just kind of trading out still. The realm was pointing out on Eli Ron, and here comes Sandbag. He's on it. Eli Ron, run, Camille! Oh, Mordekaiser does get the kill. Now Sandbag should be able to clean it up, although he doesn't have any mana. He's afraid of the Kazakhs and he has to run away. That sucks.
It's just unfortunate.
See, if only the Dark Seal still gave mana like he used to a year ago, right?
Yeah. Right, now he has the mana, so maybe he can try and fight it up on top, but...
Oh, and it does look like he might be looking for it. He lands the Swirl Seed, but of course, Camera's screwing us over once again.
Camera, always screwing us over. Keeping that wave under, just under the tower for Eli Ron there, but I really like this Lilia play so far. He's gonna steal that cannon, you know it. That cannon has been yoinked. Oh, a little bit of a mid trade here.
Victor popping his ults. Not sure too much else will come of it, but that's an important cooldown blown because Victor ultimate at level 1 is what? I believe it's a minute 94 seconds. I believe for the
round there. I'm not too sure either, but it is a decently long cooldown.
Which is important to note because we have another dragon spawn. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. Dragon just got taken. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dragon's about to spawn. No, it's not. It's 4 minutes.
It was taken. Yeah.
It was,
but I do want to point out, just in this mid lane matchup, right? I mean, you both have characters you both have champions that want to scale. They want to farm and they want to get as fed as humanly possible, right? You have Victor with his Hextech upgrades, and then you have Kassadin with his Kassadin.
Elira?
That
was a little bit questionable, I guess. I guess Clouds makes it away, but Eliron doesn't. Victor forced to blow his flash in the mid lane due to the roams from both the jungler and the mid laner. That was interesting play top side, to say the least. We are seeing this counterpick Mordekaiser definitely show up at the moment from what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this Mordekaiser is definitely becoming the carry for this team, which for the side of Ithaca might be a little terrifying, knowing how much damage Mord can do, knowing how much he can just how much damage he can soak up. It's going to be quite an issue. I mean, he's already level 9. He's already 2 levels up on this Camille.
If Yumi decides to sit with him, but yeah, he's proxying the wave now. I'm not even sure Sandbag and Eliron can take him. I mean, even without his ultimate, well, I suppose he does have it, so that's not important, but Sandbag ran straight into him. Mord's just going to say, these Krugs are mine, and he might even be looking for the champion. Sandbag uses ultimate. Now Camille's here to try to help him out. They're trying to bait out the Mordekaiser ultimate, and there is Flash the Mordekaiser on a Sandbag in the realm. Looks like the kill will be traded here. He does get the rampage with the shutdown. Theoretically, should. Oh, no.
That was just...
Okay, I'm okay with this.
Okay,
it's all
that's
worth it
big.
Because Lazaga gets it. Lazaga still alive at the moment. And
to get away.
He does use the Rift Walk to get away. That's, shut down to Kassadin. All things worth. Eliron was just dying for the cause of the Kassadin. It was all intentional and calculated.
That is a massive shutdown to give to probably if you're Farmingdale, there's one person you don't want to give that shutdown to, and it's Cassidy. There's one person, and there it is. But then the first turret obviously going to go down, right? Because the Herald was dropped. The constant just demolishing of top lane from Demems. I mean, he's just steamrolling this lane. So Aileron's going to do a little bit he's going to have to do a little bit to get back into this game. But if I am Sandbag right now, I want to be playing towards that mid lane, playing towards that bot lane. I mean, these are guys that aren't, well, they haven't died. So that's obviously something that you can take into account here. But these are champions that are going to like take over the game, right? Kassadin and Jinx. These are the guys that are going to absolutely melt everyone else on the team, because other than Mordekaiser, you don't have like a good front line. Like, sure, you have the Mordekaiser, and I guess anyone that Yuumi is attached to, but that's really it, right? Everyone else is the damage dealer.
I mean, and being 5-2, you're not gonna want to build tank. Like, I have Ninja Tabbies. That's all the tank I'm gonna build all game.
Yeah. I guess Riftmaker in a sense, just because you're constantly healing.
No,
but that's not really a tank item, right? It's more just a sustain type deal.
He has his plated steel caps. That's tank, right?
Yeah, it's armor.
Armor. Tanks build armor. I think that works.
They do that sometimes. Getting a little bit of a fight near the dragon. Yuumi, Kha'Zix, and Caitlyn getting set up for it. But here comes the mid lane. Everyone except for the top laners are here to fight for this dragon.
I mean, I think that's both the top laners do have TP. Oh, here comes Mordekaiser, the first TP to note. Camille can come in as well, but it looks like Ithaca might just be trying to concede this first dragon, which I honestly think is a smart idea. With Mordekaiser there, he blew the cooldown, saved the Camille ult to use it in a different fight. Cut your losses, I guess they say, and at least I'm gonna agree with that idea.
Yeah, it was probably the smartest move to try and to just give up that dragon. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for a miracle steal, or maybe even if Lilia's ult was up. I mean, I think it was, but that 3-man sleep that could have happened there, maybe a start of a team fight, but I probably not. I mean, and with that Dragon Beat taking, you could see that it is going to be a Mountain Rift, meaning a Mountain Soul. That's something you don't want to give to this Farmingdale squad.
No, because they don't have that front line that we talked about before. Their only front line is the Mordekaiser, who at this point is so strong that he doesn't want to build front. So it's like, those kind of drakes are really important to scale. But also, on the other hand, like, Ithaca's playing the scaling game 100%, but we're seeing a gank come in from both of the junglers. Oh no, J Real doing a lot of damage, able to kill them both. Power of the Kha'Zix, baby. He was 1-1. Yeah.
That was gross.
Yeah, I want to know how much damage the first strike helped him out with there, because like he didn't take much damage, so that could be an impact. But I don't know.
That's interesting. It's something to think about. But other than that, we got this top lane trade here. I mean, Mims is proxying the wave. I mean, we were talking about a Singe before, but we're getting somewhat of a Singe type thing here with the proxy, but I wasn't expecting it to be on a Mordekaiser.
Yeah, it's a different kind of proxy, that's for sure. And 3K gold down at 14 minutes. Ithaca is to Farmingdale. And I mean, we knew this was going to happen. We knew that Farmingdale's comp was focused around that early to mid game. Like, they have those potential pick champions, that potential stuff, like the Kha'Zix, you want to see them early to mid. But, like, it's important to note that Kassadin is slowly scaling, and I feel like that's the important part. And the Mim's taken very low and shut down. Kha'Zix now alive in the 1v2, and he will just jump his way to safety as he notices the Nautilus is on his way. And I mean, I think that's good. Get as much gold off that that Mordekaiser rather as you can while he's still so strong.
Right. I mean, I think it was really smart from Demims to take Sandbag into his death realm rather than Lasaga, because
no more
he kind of knew he was dead, so he didn't want to give that kill to the Kassadin. So, but Kassadin has his crown, so he's going to be living a lot longer than any of the other champs on the Rift right now.
Man, I'm kind of sad that even Lazaga didn't build a Dark Seal. I feel like he could have done that. But Kha'Zix invading onto the Lilia, and holy damage as this fight is starting off. He is taken very low and will be killed. J-Real is low. Camille is around, though. Jinx Rocket will miss. Oh, Camille almost killed, but not quite. Cassid and Nautilus now in a little bit of an engage of their own in the bot lane. They have a little bit of a lead on the fight so far, but it looks like they'll just back off as they realize the Caitlyn is full HP and the Book Cat just has too much healing.
The Book Cat healing is absolutely bonkers. I wouldn't be surprised if either the Jinx or the Nautilus starts building anti-heal, right?
Very soon. From Mordekaiser too, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This team just like a lot of healing. And you got to start building that sooner than later, in my opinion. But
because Cassin doesn't want to build it, so we'll probably see it from Manwalrus, Icy Clouds, and Sandbag, I would think.
I would think Manwalrus and Sandbag, especially Sandbag, right? You get that amazing, like possible, like 5-man queue. You're gonna have Morellos on every single person, or even no, not Chemtech. I don't know why I'm saying Chemtech Putrefier. There's no buffing abilities. There's no buffing people with Lilia unless you're building Moonstone. But like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's an old tech. That's an old tech. We're not gonna bring that up.
Oh, I missed that meta, to be fair, but. It's fine. I mean, it's okay.
Oh, a little bit of a gank into the bot lane. Exhaust will come out first on the Cassidin. Caitlyn will try to gale force towards him. Sandbag now making moves. The Jinx Rocket in to take that first kill, and now it is just a cat on the book running for her life, and Sandbag will take her out. Manny, though, is locked into the Death Realm with the Mordekaiser, and as we know, it is just the Death in the Death Realm, and oh my lord, Kha'Zix damage is kind of filthy. All right, but TP is coming in from Cassin, but the kill will be taken by Sandbag. This is a crazy fiesta, and the Mims is so strong, and I'm not even sure that Sandbag is...
What is happening?
There's just too much to talk about. The Mims on this board is too strong. Okay, we got this. Cassin, you win these. I've seen you win these. I believe in you win these, but he probably doesn't win those. So it's probably a good thing that he backed off, but I don't even know what went on there because too much went on. But
there's a few things to go over. That Jinx Rocket was insane.
Yes,
that was a really good Jinx Rocket, and it's really good that Jinx got the kill because we would want.
Sorry,
we want the
excuse
Jinx.
you really quick. A little bit of a fight as Mims does die to Eli Ron. Eli Ron picks up the solo kill. I mean, Sunder, I suppose. But
right. But I mean, obviously, that's very, very good that Camille is going to get that shutdown, or bring her back into the game a little bit. But what I was going to say before was that you did want that Rocket to kill, right? You want Jinx to get those kills. Jinx is going to be a very strong, she already has Gale Force. She's building up for that Runaan's right now. I'm assuming she's going for Runaan's next, but.
A little bit of fight on the Drake. Oh no, Kha'Zix does take it, but he's taken relatively low, and he does fall. Cassin making moves, taking down the Caitlyn. Kha'Zix falls as well. Manwalrus now trying to run for his life, but I don't think he's going to make it out, and he doesn't.
What a death grasp from Mordekaiser. I mean, taking him out of the dredge line there. That was really good. But Cassidin needs to run for the hills right now if he wants to not have a grayscale screen.
Yeah, I mean, that's important, but I mean, I suppose Cassin did his job in that fight. He killed the Caitlyn.
Yeah,
Caitlyn at this point is not having a good time, which we talked about that was going to happen. Caitlyn was not going to have a good time, and so on forth. She is not having a good time. But that Kha'Zix does incredible damage. That damage was nuts, and he didn't even go for that, the ring item that you were talking about before. I can't remember. He went for the Prowess Claw. Axiomark. Thank you.
Axiomark is not a mythic, so he could easily go Axiomark this game. In fact, that's probably what he's going to build next, knowing how fed he is.
Mm-hmm.
And given that the Prowler's Claw mythic passive gives more lethality the more items you have, I mean, he's already got his completed boots. I think that counts for the mythic passive. I could be wrong about that, but he already has Yomu's, which more lethality. Even more lethality because of Prowler's Claw. This guy's going to melt you.
Yeah, he is. Protector carries, I mean, is probably the name of the game at this point, is that both Mordekaiser and Kha'Zix want to be on Ithaca's backline. But
yeah,
it's important to note that objective bounties are now live for the side of Ithaca, so killing any of the towers or any of the Drakes could be laid back into it. And they're only 3,000 gold behind, which, like, I mean, only being a bigger number than I should probably making it seem. But that is valuable to look at, getting those objectives, trying to get those bounties back into it.
Maybe that was Ithaca's plan all along. Maybe they were playing for the objective bounties. Oh.
A little bit of a fight with Eli Ron and Froggy. Eli Ron first to pop the ultimate with the Victor on the Froggy. And Eli Ron is a lot stronger than he looks, that's for sure. And it does look like my Froggy will be taken down, and he will, from downtown, the Super Mega Death Rocket.
Every single time the Jinx Rocket just comes through, and Jinx getting that shutdown onto Victor, that's very, very good. And then the objective bounty coming in, the gold deficit is being cleared up as like faster than I had originally imagined.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, and you gotta keep thinking about it. What we talked about with Ithaca is like the permanent scaling that team has, like with the Camille, Jinx, Cassidy. Like they are constantly going to be scaling. And with Jinx completing her second item, and she keeps picking up these kills from 3/4 of the way across the map. I mean, she's gonna keep getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I apologize for saying Runehands before. She's going to go straight for the rapid fire cannon, which makes sense because of the lethal tempo. I mean, that just gives you way more attack range than the game should ever give you. But yeah, I mean, you know what I've noticed?
Baron?
No, well, not that, but look at Cassidon's itemization.
I did see the Fimbulwinter come out.
He's got a Fimbulwinter.
That is big, but I am going to focus on the Baron really quickly, as it is getting melted by Farmingdale, but Ithaca is now Hurricane Dust. The Baron does go down to the Kazakhs, but now there's a fight ensuing. Caitlyn will be the first one to fall, as Icy Clouds jumped a little bit too far forward and will be taking out the backline. Mordekaiser now able to take down Camille in that Death Realm, as two people have now come up. Kazakhs looking to be the next on the menu for Ithaca, but he does not fall, and oh my goodness, it is a 4 for 5, and Cassidy, what are you doing? That is the ace for Farmingdale.
I think that fight could have gone a lot better for Ithaca if Lilia was there from the beginning. I think Jinx's positioning was a bit off, right? Going towards top lane rather than just staying behind her own team. You know, just throwing out as many autos as possible. Maybe even a couple of those. Whatever the I think it's her W, the little line shot. I mean, that's going to provide slow, decent damage. And now with a Baron, I mean, Farmingdale can just steamroll this game and just farm up, have Baron buff on all but I think Caitlyn. It's looking kind of doomed.
It is looking a little bit doomed, but I mean, it's not always over yet because of scaling. But their next objective that Farmingdale is going to look for is this Mountain Drake, which would be a Mountain Soul, and I think it's moving towards it a little bit late. They have a jungler on the top side, which honestly isn't what I think the smartest decision at the moment, just because the Drake is spawning. But it looks like they might be giving up this Mountain Soul, which I suppose they wouldn't win the fight. But at the same point, that Mountain Soul is going to be really tough now. Killing that Mordekaiser and with the Yuumi or whoever the Yuumi is on is going to be very tough.
So after, I mean, I understand the want to like push out these lanes, you know, and at least get some sort of pressure on the map. But wow,
goodbye, Jinx.
Okay,
so Jinx is dead.
Jinx is very dead, but that tower is being taken out top lane, and Victor's just gonna die immediately.
So a little bit of a trade, I suppose. Not necessarily the trade you want to make, but we'll take it for now. Take the small wins where you can get them, right? Yeah.
Small wins, yeah. So I think now with the Mountain Soul in play, I think an item that could be really interesting to build on Lilia or even Cassidon is a Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame is a new. It's essentially an AP. Wow, it's essentially an AP Serpent's Fang for champions that got recently shielded. And oh my God, what is happening?
That is huge. That is huge. Okay, so Camille back in the game. That is understood. Cassidy getting stronger. Okay, that's understood. That was a big fight for Ithaca. They take down. I mean, I was gonna say 4, but it looks like it's about to be 5. Kazakhs is able to take down the Lily, but it looks like this last kill is going to get donated, and it doesn't. But Camille from 1-4 to 7-6. Eli Ron and this Camille are back online.
He's just come back into the game, and I mean, any Camille that is in the game is a Camille to be frightened of. It's a Camille that's very, very scary, and that's another objective bounty. Maybe this game isn't as doomed as I had originally thought.
It isn't. I mean, I think once Jinx gets like a little bit of pen, I feel like an LDR would be something that's very, very valuable. It looks like she's going for an Infinity Edge. I could be wrong, but like I feel like she needs some sort of pen to be able to kill these tanks. But I mean, Ithaca are finding the fights. I mean, they're
finding these little victories, and it's the little victories that would count. I mean,
they were just 8 gold down 8,000 gold down a few seconds ago, and now they're only 4. So it's like
it would have been nice if they were 8 gold down though.
Yeah, 8 gold down, only 8 gold. That's so much, but they're getting back into it. And even this Camille has a shutdown now, which I think is big because the Mordekaiser's that tank. Camille has so much true damage in her kit that Mordekaiser tank isn't really going to mean very much to her, even with that Mountain Soul.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Camille is probably the best people to get back into the game. I mean, Lily's just going to pop that ult and be fine. Just running around.
Run away. She's running straight into the Caitlyn. Does she have flash?
Oh, the Hex Flash!
The Hex Flash. The Hex Flash.
I thought he got out for a second.
The Hex Flash did almost save him, but not quite. Kha'Zix is now cleaning up that background, and Ithaca took a little bit of a fight they weren't necessarily wanting, and they're going to lose it. And see, like, I feel like this game is so winnable for Ithaca, but they need to start playing more as a team. They need to stop getting picked around these jungle camps and around these, there was no reason that red buff should have been contested there. Should just give it up to Mordekaiser. You don't know where everyone is, and shouldn't have really done it, and now they're going to lose an inhibitor. They might even lose a second one, as it looks like they will. And I just think that wasn't necessarily a smart call from Ithaca there.
Right. I feel like a lot of the time Sandbag has just been doing like his Raptors or his Krugs when he should have been on the front line with his team. But right now, I mean, this Kha'Zix is just destroying everyone. What's even more terrifying about this Kha'Zix is he's got a Guardian Angel that has not been popped.
Dirty boy, but Cassinan is slowly getting stronger. I mean, I have to keep mentioning it because I know it's a possibility. He's not hit that magical level 16 point yet, but he's still getting there. And Farmingdale is looking at these Nexus Towers. Flash in from the Sandbag will be able to get to sleep on the 3 members. But the Mims is in the Shadow Realm, and oh my goodness, huge Nautilus Assault into the Victor and the Kha'Zix, landing on them both. Victor has to flash up to try to heal himself, but Sandbag will be the first one to fall. Cassinan now ruining the backline, but it does not matter. Yuumi is too strong. Ithaca will get ace. Ithaca will lose game 1.
I think there was just a really clean fight from both teams, to be honest with you. I mean, there was a lot of good things from the side of Ithaca. It's just, I think that Farmingdale's team it was just more fed, right? There was just more happening there, and I think that was I think that's really just what led to Ithaca's demise, was that the teams were just constantly, the Kha'Zix and the Mordekaiser, both of them ended the game with 13 kills. That's a lot.
that is kind of nuts. I mean, their whole game plan was with their team combos, they kind of want to play it slow. They want to get to that mid to late game, let the Cassinan scale, let the Jinx scale, let them move forward. But unfortunately, that's not how it worked. And we are going to take a quick break in a moment. But before we do that, I wanted to remind you that we are doing our charity stream today if you're just joining in for the league for the Tompkins County Alcohol and Drugs Council. So feel free to donate to that. That would mean so much to us. But we are going to take a quick break before game 2, and we'll be back with Champ Select in a moment. Welcome back. We took a little bit of a bathroom break, and while we were gone, the draft started. So
They
here we
just
are.
didn't want to wait on us, man.
I mean, we're too slow, I guess, but we're into game 2. Bands are coming through, and we're not seeing anything different so far. I think it's still on red side, Farmingdale still on blue side, and the first 5 bands are the same exact thing, so maybe we're getting a rerun.
Well, not exactly the same. There is an Aurelia band coming through. I don't remember if there was an Aurelia band last game, but they are getting the Aurelia. And there's the Kazakhs band.
It was a ribbon band.
Kazakhs band. Thank God they banned the Kazakhs. We're good. We're fine. We're set. They banned it.
No more spontaneous combustion of champions, at least from a bug. I suppose there are more champions that one-shot people. I mean, I'm an Evelyn abuser, so I would like to see some Evelyn. But
listen, man, I'm a big Pike guy. I like Pike a lot. They call me Pike'll Crowler for a reason.
Oh
man.
my God!
No, they go for the Yumi again. That's amazing. Oh man, so maybe this time they'll actually go for the Ezreal instead of the Caitlyn. But the Caitlyn Yumi seemed to work last time. I mean, they liked it rather. I don't know if the Caitlyn pick actually worked, but maybe they'll go with it again. I hope
Caitlyn
they don't.
didn't have a good time, but Caitlyn wasn't supposed to have a good time though. So I suppose it worked out in the way they were trying to do it. But Lucian Braum,
Lucian Nami. That's my
Lucian
theory.
Nami. Okay,
I think it's Lucian Nami. That's my theory. Unless it's Lucian mid, then I'm saying don't. But I think it's
saying don't.
I don't play Lucian mid. It's not good anymore.
No, I agree. I think I'm pretty positive the Lucian will go towards that bot side. I mean, maybe we'll see something interesting come up, but I don't know. I mean, Braum's okay with that new mythic item, so maybe you'll see something. Okay, Hecarim. This is a classic sandbag pick. He's been picking it since before Hecarim was meta, way back in the day when if you weren't playing Hecarim or Udyr, you were trolling.
Oh my God! That meta sucked.
Okay. I was talking about this with the blue guys a few weeks ago. It's like, I know you can hate it. I love that meta. I love being able to farm and do whatever the hell I want as a jungler, and everything revolves around me. It makes me so happy.
That's why you liked it. You're a jungle player. I'm not a jungle player. Okay. All right.
I want to engage support. I've decided. Engage support, please.
So probably, maybe Nami's not the pick here, but Kog'Maw Yumi sounds very good.
I mean, yeah, with the lethal tempo, how good lethal tempo is right now, and how good Yumi is in general, I feel like it could be very good. And now we're gonna see.
No way! No way! They do it! No way!
Did we just cast a cursor? Caster cursed again, so we should start a counter for how many times we say this, because that's number 3.
The crank?
Okay.
The crank? Are we gonna crank it?
I would be down to crank it. Kog'Maw Yumi, 2 mobile champions in a bot lane with a Lucian who wants to fight.
I like the crank here.
I'm game, and
is he gonna gamer?
Come on, we're both really quiet right now because we want to see what happens here. Oh yes,
we got it. We got the crank. Let's go.
Right. So Blitzcrank is really, really good in this kind of setup because we know that
just really strong right now too.
Yeah, because Farmingdale's not really going to be like Kog'Maw is. Oh my goodness, I am struggling. Kog'Maw doesn't have any move around ability. She's a mobile. Holy moly, I couldn't think of the word mobile. Kog'Maw's a mobile, so he's not going to be able to run away from the hook. So if Manwalrus is on his game, then this Kog'Maw is going to have a bad time. And Yumi is also going to die because it's not her fault. But yeah, because it's Yumi, and Yumi 1v1s aren't exactly a thing. But
yeah, and then we're getting another Victor ban coming out. I do like the Victor ban. I feel like Victor was pretty strong last.
Now, do you think we see a Yasuo or a Riven? We don't. So that which means that we might see. Well, we see the top lane counterpick, right? I would assume that the counterpick goes to top lane at this point.
Right. Now, in terms of Yasuo or Riven, I wouldn't be shocked to see a Yasuo. I would almost recommend and rather than Yasuo to pick a Yone. I think Yone is just way better with lethal tempo, especially in the top lane. Yone in top, especially with the
All right, we have the newest champion. I think as the newest champion, that means they win, right? It's whoever has the newer champions wins. I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
Farmingdale has like Udyr and Kog'Maw, so it's like.
But they canceled that out with Yumi.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, how would you counter the Vex here? Like, I'm trying to think of what picks would be good here. Maybe they just go for the Akshan for the memes. Malzahar. Oh, I like a Malzahar. I was thinking there's a possibility of playing a Malzahar just in this series. I was wondering if I got to cast Malzahar, and here I am casting Malzahar. Now, Malzahar does one thing, and he presses R, and that's it. That's all he does.
He presses E. He presses E sometimes.
But he presses R. Vex, now Vex, I feel like Malzahar is actually a pretty good pick at a Vex because Malzahar, A, he's immobile, and B, he's got the passive spell shield, so the fear isn't going to affect him as much. And there's that Scion. A Scion, okay. I like this from Farmingdale. I'm not going to lie.
This could be a Gangplank angle.
I hope it's a Gangplank.
Eli Ron does have a lot of history with Gangplank, so I know Gangplank isn't necessarily the strongest right now, but I feel like that could be good.
Has so much utility.
Oh my! There we go, and there it is. There's the Gangplank.
Yeah, no, I feel like Gangplank just has so much utility, right? That global ultimate, the slows from the barrels, it's just like things like that are going to make Gangplank, especially in a competitive setting, super strong. In solo queue, is he the best champion? God, no. He's pretty bad, but I do like that the Gangplank pick coming out. Me
too. I mean, the amount of I think it's one, a good pick into Scion, and two, it scales really well with what he wants to do, and three, like the team fight pressure. Like they're gonna once again build a comp based around team fighting and getting that singular pick. Like they have their pick target, they have the Blitzcrank. They're gonna go for the mobile carry and the Kog'Maw, and then they're gonna work around trying to win that team fight with the rest of their scaling damage. I like, but on the other hand, I really do like what Farmingdale has. They have a really good protect the Kog'Maw comp. They have both the Scion and the Udyr and the Yuumi even we can count to try to protect that Kog'Maw. So it's the mini game of if the ADC dies from Farmingdale, I don't think they win a fight. So the mini game is protect the AD.
Right, and even then, Malzahar does a good job of protecting the AD carry in some sense, right? You take the person who's doing the best on Ithaca, you press R, they're dead. Like, there's nothing they can do about it, and you have to pay your taxes. You have to pay your QSS taxes.
That 1,300 gold QSS tax, have to pay it, right? Can't cleanse it.
You have to pay the QSS or the cleanse tax. Even though
you can't cleanse a Malzahar ult.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah. You can't cleanse it. You have to pay the QSS tax.
Yeah. So I wonder how many people will be paying the tax this game. Assuming we'll see a few. Probably Hecarim.
Hecarim, I would think Lucian as well.
Maybe Gangplank. Maybe no. Gangplank is an orange.
GP is oranges.
Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know. We're sure set to see, but we are going to take a little bit of a quick break once again as these players are loading onto the Rift, and we'll get back to you guys once the game starts. Stay tuned. Here we are getting into game 2, and we already have some exciting stuff to talk about. We might be seeing an AD Udyr here.
I mean, he's got the lethal tempo.
He does. I'm just saying. I know tank is probably the priority, but he has lethal tempo, so it's like tank Udyr we could have it. And there's a Blitzcrank who looks to be looking maybe for an invade, so it's like this game already out to an exciting start. We could talk about that lethal tempo in a minute, but I want to see what occurs of this invade first. Eli Ron, outplayed. Sion, I don't know. So Eli Ron winning the trades in the top lane, getting his grass procs, making it work. I mean, Manwalr is kind of flash in place for that one, but I suppose it works. And that is first blood to the Blitzcrank of Manwalr. Oh, no one saw that.
I was gonna say real Chad's flash hook there.
I mean,
and then
he
did.
Yumi who's like 3 yards away, but I mean, it works. And
you know what? It's fine. It's all good. The flash hook came out. The kill got onto Yumi, and the kill actually Blitzcrank got it. So I don't know if that's great, but
they're gonna hook the red buff. Oh no! Catastrophe is about to strike for Farmingdale. They're either gonna hook. Looking for a late invade even. The hook does miss on to Hot and Gay, but the smite does come front out for Udyr. He does get level 2. The late invade from Ithaca not necessarily working, but the Hecarim did not use anything. So it will be a little bit of a late start for Ithaca, but it's important to note, like, Sion's already down to half HP in this top lane too. Lanes are already starting to go kind of poorly across the board for some people. And although Hecarim will be behind a little bit early, it is important to note all that stuff they did lost. But the hook lands on the Kog'Maw. Can't really do too much as a Blitzcrank is still level 1, but oh my goodness. A lot of action so far.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the top lane, I want to point out Sion is so low because, I mean, Gangplank's level 1 is just absolutely insane, and there's the barrels coming out already. I mean, look at all this damage, especially with the corrupting pots. It's an absolute massacre. And yeah, Blitzcrank level 1, especially with the hook, he's not going to do too much. He's like Alistar level 1, right? He's essentially a cannon minion. He can't really do that much, but they do have 2 now, so if they get a hook, they might be able to do something out of it. And
Yumi doesn't have heal.
Yumi does not have heal. And Yumi can't flash either, but I guess
True, Yumi also can't flash. That is valid information.
And in terms of the mid lane, I think the mid lane's going pretty even so far. It looks like the Saga's up quite just the littlest, tiniest bit of CS, but I expected that mid lane to go semi even up until 6. Then maybe Malzahar comes in, but
Fight in the top jungle. Sandbag smites early and loses his red buff. Now Udyr is running for his life, but Vex is around. He uses his flash to try to get away, and no way he gets away with this, right? Oh my god, he does. And Catastrophe strikes. The Sandbag smites the red buff around 14 to 15 HP early and isn't able to get that auto off before the Udyr. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, what are you going to do about that? Udyr is just too fast. He's way too fast for this game. But he might not be building Chem Tank because of that lethal tempo, but maybe he still is. We don't know.
Yeah, I think like the first back will be pretty pivotal to see what he does. I mean, if he builds a health crystal, I can't say I'll still be convinced. But
yeah,
it's like maybe we'll see like a Sunderer, right? That could maybe be a thing. I don't know. But we are seeing a big trade in the top lane between Eliron and Wolfie. Giz getting close, and it looks like Wolfie does have flash. He's not going to use it. He does get taken down. Solo Bolo for the Pirate, Buki Pirate at that, in the top lane. And, okay, this is a bloody game. A lot of combat.
Gangplank. Yeah. I love Gangplank. Gangplank's one of my favorite champions. Yeah, he's just so fun to watch. He's fun to play, too, man. Like, Gangplank, that was just so clean from Eliron. I mean, I genuinely thought he was going to die. Sion does so much damage with especially with his Q, and there's so much CC in that Q that I just thought it was doomed. But he turned that around, and it was just impressive.
I am just noticing this now, so I want to bring it up. What do you think of the phase rush that's on the Sion? Like, I know it was kind of overstated because of the lethal tempo on the Udyr, but what do you think about phase rush?
Phase rush.
Sorry, I am going to interrupt you as a gank is happening. Hecarim Predators and max range hook onto the Kog'Maw, who will die. Now it's just the cat on her lone summon. She will survive, but Blitzcrank's working. Blitzcrank's working. I mean,
it was so clean.
Blitzcrank was the pick. At this point, I can't be convinced that it was not the only decision that should have been made because it's doing very well.
If Nautilus wasn't the hook, try a different one. But yeah, no, phase rush on Sion. It's giving me the idea that he might go full lethality Sion. Like, I think he'll do it? It'd be fun, but would it be a good idea? Maybe not. Because he is losing now. I mean, phase rush I think is just good on Sion, just for getting those early, getting closer to your opponent. I mean, Sion not the most mobile champ other than his ultimate, and his ultimate you can't really do much while you're in it other than hope and pray that they can't just dodge it. But no, I think phase rush isn't too bad. I would prefer a grasp here just because, like, you're going to be scaling up. Again, not much frontline on this comp.
Another fight now in the bot lane, man. Morris. Oh, he does have to Sion.
What is going on in this top lane? He's just proxying this. But then here comes Hecarim and just
sandbag now in. It's his kill. Hopefully he does. Okay, Gangplank is able to get an assist with that, and I mean it will get traded out for this first strike of the game. But I don't know.
I don't know what the Sion's doing.
I don't know. Yeah, I
don't know what he's doing. I do want to point out that to keep himself alive, Sandbag did ghost away from Sion's corpse because with the phase rush again, Sion three hits from that Sion and his passive, he's gonna run you down and kill you. That might be the strategy here. He might just be inting.
And he bought the pick. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, oh, ending Sion, but it's like, I know there's no, oh no, I'm not going to remember the name of the item now. Void.
Sanguine Blade?
No. The one that spawned the Voidlings.
Oh, Z-Rot portal?
ZZ-Rot, yeah, ZZ-Rot, there you go. Yeah, there is no ZZ-Rot, and I know that was the big ending Sion item, but I mean, it does seem like that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, he has the pickaxe, so he could look. He's definitely building more damage-oriented, at least at the moment. And like, even though Eliron's theoretically ahead at this point, like, Sion's the one with all the tower plates. Sion's the one with more CS. So I do find that very, very interesting to note.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way that Sion's been playing the lane is definitely unorthodox, I think we'll say. But in terms of how the other lanes are going, look at the CS difference in bot lane.
Yeah, double.
That is massive. And then you also just have CS leads in mid, and then jungle's a toss-up. I mean, you have more CS on the Udyr, who does have a dark seal. That's a dark seal.
That is a dark seal.
I really hope.
I have no clue.
You know what? I kind of hope it is full.
Udyr on the flash.
Oh.
But wow, Udyr did a lot of damage very fast.
Yeah. Especially with that Dark Steel, man.
Hey, he's stacking. Maybe he'll get a book. We're lucky.
Oh, the Medjais? I wouldn't be
maybe he'll get
surprised to see a
some
Medjai
others.
Zudir.
Scion's taking Hecarim's red too. Jeez, Hecarim is not having too much fun, and it does look like he's going for something. But Manwars in Hex flashing in with the speed onto the Kog'Maw, and he does not survive for even a moment. Executed perfectly.
The fail flash. The fail flash over the wall. I mean, it's good you get that kill onto the Kog'Maw, but that was just unfortunate.
Yeah, and Scion does look like he will follow the Hecarim, who may be losing all of his camps, but at least he's gaining a kill in the process.
He's farming this Scion right now, but he's just stealing his Krugs! He's just stealing the Krugs! Oh, no! No!
Like, the Scion might be dying all the time, but I feel like he is the boss. He is in charge, and okay.
He's a raid boss right now.
Yeah.
He may be dying, but he's rushing Hullbreaker. This guy knows what he's up to.
He is on a mission, and his mission includes killing every tower in the game. But
yeah. Oh man.
Hey, I'm gonna it'll work.
I'm kind of excited to see what this Scion's able to do, to be fair.
Me too. I mean, it's an AP Udyr, Aether Wisp.
Is he rushing Lichbane? No.
I feel like that sounds like such a... I don't know how I feel about that.
That sounds like such an Udyr thing to do. I mean...
But it also sounds bad. But Hecarim not coming in on the Udyr. Hecarim does have ult. That's important to notice as they go away. And looks like Scion might just be able to speed boost his way out of there. Garfield Zazaga also worked his way up. And bot lane, once again, we're having a little bit of a fight. Kog'Maw had to flash away. I mean...
It's just
I have no idea what
constant fighting from these guys. I mean,
no
matter, even last game, it was constant fighting, constant picks, constant everything. They're just constantly looking for blood.
I mean, I think that's what both of these teams want too, though. Team comps want. Like last game, we had more of a scaling side and won, but I feel like it fits a little bit better here than it did before. I don't know. I just want to know what the Zudyr's building. I feel like Lichbane is not a good item. I just feel like Lichbane's like a bad item right now. I just feel like...
It probably isn't the best. Oh, maybe, you know what? It could be Cosmic Drive.
Oh, okay, that would make more sense.
I think that builds from Aether Wisp. I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Huh. I should know. I build it on Bard. But here comes the gank again. Hook coming out.
Be a 3. Jesus. Kog'Maw gone instantly, and now it looks like there goes the Udyr. Cat will be the last to fall, and okay. Yeah, so we were right. Blitzcrank was the pick. Kog'Maw and Yuumi are not having a good time. This poor Kog'Maw has had a really rough few games, or the player himself has had a really rough few games, but...
And a really great gank from Sandbag. I mean, he came in with the Predator. Like, I think he ghosted for that as well. I mean, everything came out perfectly. Just to get that movement speed, get that massive damage up. Obviously, you know, it's not that great that kill went to Blitzcrank, but, you know, a fed Blitzcrank is better than an inting Blitzcrank. Let's just be honest there.
True. I mean, maybe we'll see a death cap out of Blitzcrank or something. That sounds exciting.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. But like, I don't know if Udyr's gonna build AP. Maybe we'll see an AP Blitzcrank.
I think we are gonna get an even Shroud out of the Blitzcrank. But here comes a little bit of a fight.
And I mean, Udyr is now here to back it up. Gangplank does have flash, so he is able to use it. Here comes the TV out from Garfield to Saga to try to join the fight. All right, there's Eli Ron's flash. The instant stun from Scion and Garfield to Saga. The ult does land. That means a dead Udyr, and he does have the reset. Will he use it on the Scion? He will use it. He will connect it. Scion now running for his life underneath the tower, and he is able to escape at the moment, although there is a Hecarim nearby, and boom, there he goes. Scion.
But 5.
But it could be a part of the plan. Like, I'm still not convinced that it's not a part of the plan.
You know, it very well could be a part of the plan.
So it's like, for most people, it seems like Scion is like trying to lose the game, but it could be all a part of the plan. And oh no, poor Kog'Maw Yuumi dead once again. Although it looks like Icy Clouds will be trade. Oh. Okay, he's alive for the moment. Now we wait for the Blitzcrank cooldowns. It is his supportal combat, and the Blitzcrank wins. Okay.
And again, Yuumi is the best person to give that shutdown to.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but there's the
Outplay,
no fun
outplay,
button.
outplay, outplay,
The
outplay.
no fun button. Gotta pay your taxes, Hecarim.
That's unfortunate.
That
Malzahar
is...
doing what oh!
Oh!
The Blitzcrank! I mean,
I
I
love this Blitzcrank so much.
Man
Oh,
Walrus is
man.
making it work. That's for sure. I mean,
Man Walrus is around the map. He's killing everyone. I didn't know Blitzcrank had Rengar Bone Tooth Necklace passive. He's trying to kill everyone, or what? Like, what's going on here?
Maybe. I don't know what he took secondary tree, but maybe he took Domination and took like Ravenous Hunter or something like that. I don't know.
That would be so funny if he did. Honestly, I might try it. Let's see what happens. But oh wow, Icy Cloud's just going straight in, and he gets the solo kill. But he's gonna die, I think. Oh nope, just dashed right away.
Beautiful. I mean,
really clean from him. I mean, he has the Gale Force now. Is that a Gale Force? It is a Gale Force.
It is a Gale Force, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Gale Force. And he almost already is really close to having his Essence Reaver as well. I mean, he has 9 kill participation at 14 minutes. I mean, that's a small feat. Uh-oh. Looking in towards mid lane, though. Malzahar doesn't have his outplay button for this fight, and so he will die. Man Walrus is unstoppable at 5-0-5. It is a Blitzcrank gap at this point. But
so, something I want to point out with that gank that I thought was really smart is that Sandbag burned the Malzahar spell shield with the Q. He burned it with this Q so that he can actually knock Malzahar back into Blitzcrank, and I thought that was really just like really well coordinated from the both of them. I thought that was just really smart. But yeah, quick kill coming out of Malzahar, and here goes Blitzcrank yet again. I mean, this guy's everywhere.
I mean, the TP will dissuade him from getting that full kill, but Eli Ron will pick up the blue buff, I suppose. I mean, fair compensation. Your ADC still survives. We get your blue buff. I'd call that a fair trade.
Absolutely, yeah, that is fair.
Oh, okay. No, he didn't think Scion. He just ulted into the tower. Oh my lord. That damage was kind of filthy. Okay. I mean, he did his job. He got the tower. He got the bonus that comes with it.
Now, Berserker Greaves. I don't think that's a tanky Scion normal item. So, but he missed the hook. But here comes Vex. Reset City.
Oh my goodness. Here it comes. The second ult is on the target. She's going to try to go in now, but maybe she won't. Lucian now doing his job. There comes the reset on them. Now the fourth reset on the Udyr, and he lands it. The fear doesn't land, though, but he's still working his way. Udyr trying to be fast and running away, but will he make it? He is looking kind of quick, and he does get away. I mean, the Aether Whip gives movement speed. The boots give movement speed. Dark Seal might give movement speed. I don't remember, but
Lysaga, that was just an amazing fight from him. I mean, he hit the ult onto literally everyone.
Yeah,
he hit the ult onto, I believe it was Kog'Maw, and then he just didn't even take it. He had to take it again for the Yumi, I believe it was. So that was that was really funny. That whole fight was really funny. I thought it was just well played all around, though. I mean, I'm super impressed with how each member of Ithaca has been playing this game. I mean, it's a lot different from the last one. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I want to know your opinion, though. Are we thinking it's Prowler's Claw?
I mean, he does have a serrated Dirk, so I'm assuming it is a Prowler's Claw Scion. I think he is going the full lethality Scion. He's going the Baus.
So tanky. That's just unfair. Why is he so tanky and he has all those items? But we are seeing fights across the top of the bot lane. Sandbag is once again getting outplayed. And, I mean, so much counterplay with that ability, and he is dead. Now Manwar is running for his life, and it doesn't look like he's going to have his life as he does get traded off. And, I mean, I suppose Eli Ron does get the solo kill in the top lane, but...
Yeah, and here's
the game. The game is paused, I believe. Lysaga had to he did DC for a few seconds, so the game will be in pause. And I know there was a bug that was going wrong in the preseason with the client, is that if there was a pause, the spectator would just crash. So we're really hoping that doesn't happen. I mean, we're in the pause right now, and it doesn't happen. Hasn't happened yet. So I would assume that we're going to be okay. But I suppose we don't necessarily know at the moment. But
Yeah, I mean, we could just talk about this game right now and how
I
it's
mean,
been an
there's a lot to
absolute.
talk about with it.
Yeah. Uh, First of all, you got Gangplank. I mean, this top lane matchup has been so weird. I don't know what's happening. Uh, you got an 0-7 Scion, but
He did kill a tower.
he still has a tower. He still has all this damage. He has the hull breaker, so he's not going to be there for team fights. He's just going to be splitting for lanes. And yes, we were right. Cosmic Drive on the Udyr. And then he does have a Bomby Cinder, so I think he's going Cosmic into probably Chem Tank, which is what we were talking about before. The mid lane matchup has been. I don't think it's been like a steamroll. It's more so just like Malzahar just keeps getting caught out. He just keeps getting caught out, and then Vex has been getting these kills in team fights, not necessarily in the 1v1. Kog'Maw getting that last shutdown on a Blitzcrank, I think, was really big, though. I mean, Kog'Maw already has a Wit's End. He's probably going to be going into, I want to assume, maybe a Kraken Slayer, or I wouldn't even be surprised for a Shield Bow. You know,
I mean,
these
I wouldn't be
items
surprised with any of them because he might even want that Gale Force to try to get away from that Blitzcrank hook. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Blitzcrank hook is definitely a factor here. The Kog'Maw, I mean, he could go really any item as long as his team can keep him alive. You know,
true.
like the Kraken Slayer just does damage to literally everyone, right? The Shield Bow, it's going to keep him alive a little bit longer. He's got that Yumi to keep him healthy. Maybe he doesn't really need the Shield Bow in that sense that he has a Yumi on him to constantly keep him above that half health, so the Shield Bow doesn't proc. But then I do think the Gale Force could be good coming out of the Kog'Maw, but I feel like it's going to be more of a. I feel like he actually is going to go for the Shield Bow. I think that's what is the play here.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised with that, but I want to go back to the Scion really quick because the point of what confuses me is that like the point of this kind of Scion build is that you're in a side lane splitting the whole time. But like that's why I think this Gangplank pick is so perfect because that's exactly what Gangplank also wants to do. He wants to sit in the side lane and farm up, and he can contest the Scion. Like we've seen, I mean, he's killed him a bunch of times. So it's like I just don't understand why. I mean, obviously they know more than I do, so I'm just unsure of why they're going for this kind of Scion build when we could be seeing something like because he's playing into Gangplank's hands here.
Mm-hmm. I mean I don't want to put any thoughts into their heads, but I'm pretty sure this Scion is literally just going to split push lanes and constantly just either drive down one lane and get every single tower, every single inhibitor that comes up in it, or I mean, he has TP. Maybe he could TP to a different lane and keep splitting that because the Scion could do massive amounts of damage to towers. I think it's with his R and W that he does damage to towers with it, and then obviously if you're building lethality, you're going to get a little bit more damage out of that. But I really am just so confused.
It's an interesting tech for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of wacky things that have gone on in this game, and I mean,
there's so many wacky things. This is just preseason, man. I mean, maybe these wacky things are to become the norm. You know, you got to sign on.
I hope. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I hope AP Lethal Tempo Udyr isn't the meta, and I hope Inting Scion is in the meta, but I wouldn't be opposed to a Triforce Hecarim with Fimbulwinter. I wouldn't be opposed to a Vex meta. I wouldn't be opposed to like this Blitzcrank going crazy. You know, like I'm not opposed to any of these things. It's just it's just a confusing match. It's very confusing.
It is, and I mean, it looks like at this point our client may have bugged, so we're trying to fix it, trying to get us back in, but unfortunately, we're not necessarily certain if we can make it work. We're trying to get the Lazaga point of view in the spectator to make it work, but I don't know. We'll see. We're trying to figure it out, but
let's see what happens.
We're going to throw it into a quick ad break, though, just to give us a second to breathe and think about what item Scion's going to build next. But we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. After that quick break, we are back into it, and we did miss a few minutes of gameplay, unfortunately, because how the spectator works. For just what you missed a few towers taken, you missed a dragon taken, and Ithaca ballooning their gold lead even more than they had before. They're around 8K up now, which is, I mean, it's relatively big for 23 minutes. I'd say it's pretty huge. So,
yeah, I agree, and I do want to point out one major thing. Scion did get a kill.
He did get a kill and 4 assists.
He's at 10 deaths now. He got a kill.
Did he have the assist? I don't remember.
He did not have any assists. So he got 4 assists and 1 kill in the time we were
I think he did ace.
No, they didn't. Wait, did they?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's fine. I mean,
Baron got taken.
Baron did get taken.
Okay. Ithaca might have gotten Baron and then died to it all, because I don't see anyone in the game with Baron, so it must have.
I think Clouds had it for a little bit, but I think the buff must have just ran off. Not a big deal. I mean, Ithaca is still very far ahead in this game. I don't see why they can't just snowball it from here and just end the game. But I do want to point out, it is a Hextech map.
Yes.
The Hextech Soul. That's one of the new things of preseason. The Hextech Soul. Probably my new favorite Dragon Soul.
Lion does so much damage. He's 1 in 11. I know,
it's Lethality Scion, but yeah, Sandbag might die if he doesn't ult there.
That's not fair. That should not be a thing.
That's Lethality Scion, man.
I know.
I can't explain it. It's just, yeah, that's how that champ works, man.
Fair enough.
You spawn to someone, you just hit them a couple times, and then you just phase rush, and then boom, they're dead.
Fair enough.
If Sandbag did not ult there, he would have died.
Oh, 500%.
And that is the scariest part, is that even though this guy's 1 in 11, he's still very much in this game, and he could still very much, kill you.
Gangplank is 4 items.
Gangplank is IE. I'm expecting a collector soon. I'm kind of sad that he didn't go for a
he won't go. I don't think he'll go collector because he has the LDR.
Yeah.
We might see. I don't know. I mean, I'm all about the techs. Maybe we'll see a demonic. That would be exciting. The likelihood of that is small.
Scaling a GP ult, sure. I mean, I'm kind of sad we're not going for a Rambo plank, which is the Duskblade Lethality Gangplank.
Yeah.
But it's you know what, whatever's going to win you the game, and obviously Eli Ron knows a little bit more about Gangplank than I do, because he's 7-1-8 on this champ.
Yeah, no, he's doing well enough, that's for sure. And I am seeing I do believe I mean, if they're playing in ECAC, it must mean it's meta. So Lethality Scion is meta now. I'm just reading chat and going through it. So, I mean, go out and solo queue and play Lethality Scion. I'm sure nothing will go wrong and you'll just win every single game.
Yeah, please do it. I promise it will win you all your games. Definitely.
There's no way you lose any games.
There's no way you'll lose, and there's no way your team will form and report you. There's no way that will happen.
But I just couldn't see any other way, but it looks Ithaca's making a death brush here.
Ithaca making a bit of a Fnatic death brush. I think they're just setting up
baiting the Baron, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, but it is warded, so is it?
They're either trying to bait this Baron out or just do it, right? The TP's coming in from Elaron. I think they just, because they know they win the 5v4.
I mean, and Scion can't be there.
Yeah, because Scion is dead, and he will continue to be dead. I mean, he does have TP, but I think they just melt. I think they just melt this this Baron, unless the Udyr miracle steal happens here. But nope, not gonna happen. Baron just gets taken by Ithaca.
I mean, it does, and that's the next thing important to note is that the soul, the Chemtech soul for Ithaca comes up in 30 seconds. It's important to look at. Vex ult does go wide, barely though. Oh, the flash hook onto the Kog'Maw on the backline. Manwar hits the hook. Beautiful. Now Wolfie running for his life, and he is going to die. I mean, he does have the zombie to try to do a lot of damage, but his Prowler's Claw does get canceled. Oh no, Sandbag, run away. And he does get away. Okay, so this sets up the drag really well for Ithaca. Now, Drill will really have to try for that Miracle Steal, I think. I think there's no other way to do it. I mean, Malzahar's there as well. He has the plan to try to get over. Manwars is trying to show it. And there's the flash. He
stole it.
He gets the steal, and I mean, they're looking like they might even get clouds too. Malzahar is taken really low, and he doesn't have ult. Oh no! Catastrophe strikes for Ithaca as they're going through. The Vex is 1 HP, and she's not gonna make it. And now Blitzcrank is trying to run.
But look at mid lane.
Mid lane, Gangplank is taking the inhibitor. All four members of Farmingdale are there, and now Scion's gonna come. So Gangplank has to try to get away, and he does using the Hextech gate. So. Unfortunate Drake that's stolen. That is unfortunate. I mean, delaying that soul, that's the Farmingdale fighting back, staying in it. They aren't out yet, and they are showing us that.
That was just an insane fight from Farmingdale. I mean, everything that could have went right for them went right. I mean, the dragon was stolen. The Malzahar ult came through. I mean, sure, Lucian did have the QSS to counteract that, but I mean, still, the damage just came out, and everyone was there. Everyone except for Scion, I think, and then obviously the Yuumi healing really just coming into play there. Like, everything went right for that. But I mean,
you get your Fimbulwinter too.
Yeah, you get the Fimbulwinter. I was talking about that before. The Fimbulwinter.
I know, that's why I had to say
Triforce Hecarim. No, but I do want to say that's somewhat worth for Ithaca just because they did get that middle inhibitor.
Oh yes.
So I think that's pretty good, and obviously I think the play is to just push out these lanes. You know, make sure that the top lane is ready. Obviously for Baron coming up very soon in 3.5 minutes. So I don't know why nobody's there right now, but I guess you could just wait on that. But here comes the fight with Scion and Gangplank.
Right, we're going to see a little bit of 2v2, and both mid laners have teleport if they want to make it a 3v3. No one's using it yet, but it doesn't mean it's not the case. Elaron putting his ult down onto the Scion, who looks like he's going to fall now, but the danger zone of Scion has not yet come up, as he is not a zombie, but I mean, now he has it. Now he doesn't. Ithaca's going to look for this middle inhibitor. They still have the Baron buff on Elaron, so the minions will be empowered for this taken. I mean, they've got around 2 waves of minions coming in, so I believe they should be able to take this, right?
They absolutely should be able to take this tower. I mean, with Demolish and then just the Gangplank wave clear, there's no way they don't get this inhibitor. But I think the play is don't push it more and just go back. You know, you're not gonna find too much here, but unless they just don't want to listen to me. And oh my god!
Oh my lord! Vex almost one-shot Kog'Maw inside the base.
Oh, and they missed the hook.
The Blitzcrank hook to finish it off, and there it is. Now it's just a cat and a Malzahar. Malzahar outplaying Sandbag, who's unfortunately dead for the 8th time this game, but Ithaca may have overstepped their boundaries a little bit as they're starting to fall. They did get one Nexus Tower, but now all 3 members have to run at their low HP. Manwaris is now... Lazaga sacrificed his life for the good of Ithaca, and instant flash by Scion, looking towards taking down Elaron, and Elaron might be able to. He is so strong, but now Udyr's here to get up, and nope, 1,000 gold to the Scion.
I mean, what did I say? Don't
Literally.
push more. Get the inhibitor and get back out, or else something like that is going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of gold onto the Scion, which is already terrifying because of how much damage he can do because he's lethality Scion. He's already got a Yomu's. I mean, and then you got more gold onto pretty much everyone. The Malzahar is a shutdown now. The last time I checked, he had 0 kills. He has 5 of them now. I just wanted them to just back out, just play it safe, don't force anything, but they forced it, and now they're paying the consequences.
Ooh. They might be looking for the Scion. He does all. Hecarim is able to counteract it though, and Wolfie will die. But I mean, it's not the first time we've said that this game, and it most definitely won't be the last. So, Dragon though, that's the next point to look. Dragon and Baron both spawning in less than a minute and a half. Dragon at a minute, Baron at a minute 15. Those are important to notice because, I mean, once again, if they're still on that Hextech soul, that soul is so valuable as all the souls are. So, got to start resetting, getting ready. We see Manwar starting to set up vision at that Drake.
I think Eliron is making the good play here, right? Pushing out this top wave. You want that top pressure because Baron is starting at... Oh, Yumi's just dead.
There's the Vex. Goodbye, Cat. All right.
Anyways... Eliron's got this top wave, you know, applying a lot of pressure so they can get another Baron, right? Because obviously, if they want to, if Farmingdale wants to contest this Baron, they're gonna have to push out these waves, you know, make it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was just really funny.
He was just like poking him with a feather duster, I suppose. Do you think he can do it again? Can you do it again? Yeah, he has flash.
Okay, I understand.
Scion is here. He does have TP. He has a little bit of a flank.
Just melt the dragon. Hecarim has smite.
Oh, wowie.
Oh,
goodbye, Lucian.
No.
Scion does a lot of damage, and
no,
that will not be enough. All right, Scion dies, and Hecarim's in the backline. The jungler is... So, okay, I think his jungler is now down, whereas... Oh, the flash done by them. Eliron is making his work, so trying to make it work. Now on the dragon. Here comes the Vex around the corner. Malzahar now 1 HP, does survive for the moment. Now Uyur trying to run for his life because if he dies, it can look towards that dragon, but he does get a shield. I don't know from what. It looked like a QSS, but it doesn't look like he has a QSS to use. So I'm not necessarily sure where that came from, and Ithacos is trying to make it work. Malzahar will TP back in. That is valuable to say as we're moving forward. The dragon's around at half HP. This is a dangerous game to play, Ithaca. I'm not sure if you necessarily want to play this one. I think you just want to send it and give it, and it looks like that is what's going to happen. Although, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, Eliron's barrels might do more than a smite will, and here comes the TP from Lazaga back into the fight. Farmingdale is able to secure the dragon, and I think that's all that's going to happen, although Farmingdale can maybe even look towards that Baron soon.
Farmingdale can definitely look towards that Baron. That was just not that great from
No.
it. I mean, the whole fight was a bit of a fiesta. I mean,
There's a lot of force with not enough setup. They just forced it a little bit too hard.
Absolutely, and then you have the Scion just coming in and absolutely just destroying the Lucian immediately. I mean, Lucian is probably one of their biggest sources of damage, so having him just be taken out of the equation as early as it happened is the worst case scenario for Ithaca. But Sandbag is just gonna start the Baron. All right, sure. I mean, I think they're confident enough that they can take this. I mean, Scions in mid lanes, they're not really going for a... They're kind of just preoccupied with this ward, but here comes Scion.
Scion zooming around, is just sandbagging the pit, and he does have his ultimate, which he does use big on the 4 members. Malzahar taking down to half HP, forced to use his ultimate early. Scion will fall. Malzahar is taken rather low, but he is on Eliron, and he does able to take him. The Scion is just too good, I suppose. I don't know, and Farmingdale is able to secure that Baron. They do have a bot wave pushing in, so that's important to notice. It does look like Malzahar is going for it, but I feel like I shouldn't be confused, but I'm just confused with how these team fights are turning. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what needs to happen for these fights to turn.
I don't know either. I mean, you have the tank shredding with the gangplank, and I mean, Lucian just does a massive damage. I mean, I do want to point out the only one with QSS is Lucian, right? So maybe I think Malzahar has been targeting Hecarim a lot with the ultimate. So maybe the ultimate from the QSS from Hecarim could help. I mean, I I really just I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's
Why
what's
is
in my
this
head
working?
too. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I guess Sion hit his 15 death power spike, and
Yeah. And then now you've got a fed Malzahar and you've got a fed Kog'Maw, and especially with a Yumi on the other team, I mean, it's it's looking kind of rough. But obviously the game isn't over. Ithaca still does have the gold lead, but it is only 1,000 gold difference. So
I mean
the
the
game,
lead's getting smaller, and now both teams are on this dragon point, like, or on this soul point. Like, anything could happen. This next Drake is a very, very valuable Drake.
I mean, yeah, the Drake is going to get you the soul. It's going to get you ability to win team fights even easier than before. If you're Farmingdale or if you're Ithaca, you're thinking we need this soul because we just want to deny it from them. Essentially, I I'm at a loss for words. I don't know why this Scion is working. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted. And he's just standing in a bush. What is happening? And he's just ulting away.
He's flashing. He flashed.
There's 5
I don't
people.
understand. I don't understand.
There's 2 and 18 Scion.
I don't understand. Now he's gonna look
What's
for the
going
tower.
on?
He's gonna get the tower too. No, he's not. I mean,
He's not gonna get the tower, but then they're just pushing with a Baron wave in mid. Now, I don't want to say that all this was because they cheesed it in the bottom lane and then they just tried to go for the end instead of just backing off from the inhibitor, but like, you know, I don't want to put it against that.
it feels that way. I mean, it kind of feels that way. That was a big turning point for them. Where, I mean, Sion got that 1,000 gold shutdown in the Gangplank that fight. Like, 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold is a lot of gold.
Yeah.
It's 4 digits. That's That's more than most supports get in the entire game. 1,000
I mean,
gold. So, I mean,
it sure feels that way.
yeah, but I think they're just gonna try and push it through mid and end here. I mean, they have the ability
I don't know
to
if they can
destroy
end.
these
Sion will
structures.
be alive. They can get the
Here
one
comes
inhibitor.
the Udyr. Getting the inhibitor is smart. Maybe
Sion's
you get-
alive. Oh, Sion flank. TP. That's valuable. Very valuable. Ithaca has no idea that Sion's behind them, and it could be deadly. Very deadly. They're about to see the Sion, and here they'll see him right now. But they're trying to run away. The blast plant is up at the moment. Manwalrus is the target, getting out by Joel, though. Udyr taken relatively low, but not out yet, as well as Manwalrus. A flash in from the Udyr, and he doesn't die somehow. And Gangplank getting one shot, doesn't have his... Oh, okay.
Oh,
Vex,
my God!
Vex is kind of filthy. All right. Yeah, so Vex does damage. But they have to look for the steal here. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, and they won't. All right. Wow. Okay, so these fights are so explosive. It's hard to tell what's going to happen, but it looks like Farmingdale might be looking for an inhibitor towards the end. I mean, I feel like for me personally, if you just push out that mid wave, they can't get anything other than the inhibitor. They don't have the HP for it, so
they can't get that inhibitor. And
I feel like
you've got the 2 main damage dealers on the other team that are fully up, right? And they have almost everything. I mean, sure, the Guardian Angel from Lucian has been popped, but you just saw what Vex could do. Vex literally one-shot the Malzahar.
Yeah. I mean, she almost one-shot other people. Wow, it wasn't just the Malzahar. She almost one-shot. She almost one-shot 3 people at once.
I am surprised she didn't keep going, right?
It is, and
she had the ult onto
that's
Yumi
actually huge. That's the second Nexus tower that just fell, by the way.
Yeah.
We have an open... Farmingdale now has an open Nexus. Oh my God, I'm so happy we were able to get back into this game. Imagine if we were had to leave.
Imagine if we were stuck in a break. That would be awful. Oh, man.
This is exciting, and I mean, once again, looks like our boy Wolfie will be collapsed on.
That's so much damage! Oh my God! And Hecarim's dead. 4 and 18.
Yeah.
4 and 18.
4 and 18.
Just let Sion farm and a win. I guess I don't know.
It's
it's amazing.
More
it's
proof
amazing.
that you need to play this in solo queue, but
it is now a 400 gold difference.
I'm just seeing that. I'm seeing that meme of the guy looking at the book with his hands out, and he's just like, Is this meta question mark? Just like looking to sign. If someone could make that for me, that would make me really happy. But it's just, and Farmingdale now can like even look for that Baron. I mean, they don't. I think it doesn't really have a wave to fight for it, so they can just
not at all.
Although Blitzcrank and Lucian going towards the Nexus.
They're looking for. I mean, they're gonna.
Malzahar's ult Gangplank can cancel them. We might be seeing a backdoor. Here comes the Gangplank ult towards that Baron. He's going to try to cancel the backs. Malzahar is TPing in and making it work, but so is Vex. We are now seeing a backdoor. Give me the backdoor camera!
Wait a minute. Ithaca.
We're looking for it. I see Clouds is going
Malzahar's dead. That's Ithaca wins. Ithaca wins.
Ithaca wins. Backdoor on the Nexus.
God.
Game 2 decided to buy a backdoor. Holy. My heart is pumping. That was
my God.
I mean, we said it was going to be a banger of a series, and I mean...
Oh, my God. That was game 2.
That was game 2. We have at least 2 more at a minimum. 2 more games at a minimum.
That was game 2. That is... Oh, my Lord. I hate League of Legends so much. Like,
impressive. I mean, that's impressive stuff, and we are going to throw it to a quick break really quick before we get back into it, because I believe players are already almost ready. So we'll be back in a quick moment to let that game simmer. Stay tuned. I was really excited to talk about game 2, but I mean, we're already getting into game 3. So let's pass by and I mean, before any of the bans really happen, does the Scion come back?
I hope not, man. I really hope not. I mean, unless we get to see, a normal Scion, then I'll be okay with it. But like, I don't even think. Do they even go for a Scion ban?
I don't think so.
I don't think it did enough to where it
Yeah.
needs to be banned out.
I
But
mean, because like once
I
again, you
hope
have Ithaca on the red side, so they can just wait for that gangplank again, right? Like they don't even
right.
have to.
And like, would I be opposed to seeing a Scion in the game? No. Would I be opposed to seeing that kind of Scion in the game? Oh, absolutely.
But it worked. That
It
Scion is the reason why that game lasted so long. One
yeah.
of the reasons.
One of the reasons, and then the other reason is
Well,
because
the
they
Nexus throw, but we don't need to talk about that. That's
we don't need to talk
beyond.
about it because I already talked about how it was bad. It's fine though. Pretty much the same bands coming out: Gragas, Vayne, Lulu, and Riven. Maybe throwing something else here.
Well, same bands as game 1. Important to notice.
So far, yes.
Because in
Hopefully
game
we don't
2 they
see it.
banned the Kazakhs
Banned the Kazakhs and they banned
and the
Aurelia.
Victor.
But
I don't even.
okay, Kazakhs ban
I like
coming
the
out again.
Kazakhs. Yeah.
Thank God they banned that Kazakhs because we don't want to see that again. Okay,
That
so
was disgusting.
first pick Yumi 3 times in a row. First pick Yasuo. Okay.
Yasuo. Okay, so I
Now,
would assume that goes into the top. From what I've seen, I think that goes into the hands of the memes in the top lane. I don't really think it's really pulled out that much by the mid laner, but
all right. No, I can understand that. I mean, I know that Yasuo is a triple flex, right? Top mid bot.
yeah.
I would hope it's mid because then you could pair it with like a top laner like a Malphite, where you have that wombo combo, the Malphite
Or
ult to
Scion.
Yasuo.
Match it
No,
with a
let's
Scion.
not get the Scion. All right, I like the Xayah here. Xayah is a very strong AD carry. And maybe paired with a Rakan, so I could talk about Rakan for 30 minutes because it's my favorite champion. Perhaps.
Oh no. Rant mode.
Perhaps. And it honestly would be a good denial because Rakan is pretty good
but
with Yasuo.
I also would want to save the support pick for a little bit. To be honest, just because like that Blitzcrank was so impactful. Okay.
Oh, okay. They're denying the Malphite. I like it.
And they're putting it into the
like
Yasuo. That Malphite will go wherever the Yasuo is going, unless it goes bot lane, I would assume. But
I doubt it's a Malphite support. I doubt it.
Yeah, but if the Yasuo goes anywhere else, I think the Malphite follows it, whether it's mid or top.
Sure. Now I would maybe flex the Yasuo mid here and counterpick into Malphite, right? Like that could be a possibility. I'm not sure if they're. Oh, the Caitlyn comes out again. Oh no, an Ashe.
Oh,
Ashe is all right.
We've seen Ashe support. Just putting that out there. I know it's not a guarantee, but we have seen it go across multiple lanes, so we're not. I wouldn't kind of anywhere yet because Ashe is pretty okay in Xayah because Xayah's looking for the poke. That's pretty much how like the people are playing it, so it's not terrible.
Just want to say, I hope I don't see a Yumi again.
Why? Why not?
I'll take this. I'll take an Ashe Seraphine.
Okay.
That's a good lane. It's a good lane. I like that lane a lot.
That is a good lane.
You don't want to play Rakan into this, so that makes sense. Unless this is Seraphine mid. I doubt it, but it could be Seraphine mid. Because I know their support player likes to play these enchanters, and Seraphine is definitely one that they like to play a lot. But Seraphine mid and Rakan support could be very good for this Yasuo. And then maybe, I don't know, something in the jungle, maybe a Sejuani or something. Oh, the Crank? There's the Rakan. Okay. Oh, I get to talk about Rakan. Okay, Rakan, season 12. He's okay. He's in a pretty good spot. I think Rakan is a stronger champion. He's probably still one of the best Shurelya's users, even though Even Shroud is still pretty good on him. I wonder if he's going to run Guardian or Glacial, because I know the Glacial is pretty good in Rakan. Obviously, Xayah Rakan, very strong duo lane. Not that good into Ashe Seraphine, though, to be fair. Like, Rakan kind of doesn't do too well into champs that have hard CC. And especially stuff like Ashe, where it's literally just slow after slow after slow. And then even with the Seraphine, the synergy those two have, right? The Ashe slow into Seraphine's root becoming a stun. That's going to be horrible for Rakan. So I actually don't know why they picked Rakan here. It's fine. I get to talk about Rakan, so that's okay. And then the Hecarim ban actually coming out. I think that's pretty smart from Farmingdale. I think that Sandbag did a really good job on Hecarim that last game. Viego and Victor bans coming out. Now, I do think Viego is a very strong champion. I think Viego is super broken. But and the Victor again, like more
And
mid
the
lane ban.
Vex
And
ban.
Vex ban too, yeah. Now, if I'm Ithaca, I probably just want to pick jungle here, leave the counter pick to top, unless,
I think you
unless that
leave.
is
Well,
Malphite
no,
mid.
I would assume the Malphite's top, but I think you'd want to leave the counter towards the solo lane regardless.
Sure.
I don't know, or maybe they could just pick something that could flex between the two of them. Not Lux does not flex in between the two of them, but this is
But
good.
Lux is good.
It's good
Lux
in the
is
Yasuo.
very good.
Yeah.
Lux is a very strong champ
So
right now, especially with those recent buffs she got.
And whatever lane the Yasuo goes into, he's like not going to enjoy himself because he does pretty well. Lux does pretty well in the Yasuo as well. So I think that's a good way to get rid of that counter pick. But all right, Farmingdale has a very, I would assume, solo. They have a lot of win conditions. I like that word
Interesting.
better.
I haven't seen a lot of Vladimir in this preseason. I can't imagine he doesn't go. I feel like he would still go phase rush. I'm not sure, but like I'm sure Crown is a very good item on him. Crown of the Shattered Queen. You get that AP, you get that movement speed. Unless you just still go Rocket Belt and phase rush, but I'm sure Cosmic Drive is another good item on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ooh, okay.
The Vi is a very strong pick.
Yeah,
as well.
Vi has been pretty strong.
I love Arcane.
Whoa! Okay.
This is the
we're
most
just like throwing all the rules that were
solo queue draft I've ever seen in my life. Yasuo, Vi, Seraphine, Master Yi, Lux, Malphite. I've seen these in my games almost every single day. What am I looking? Oh my god!
That's pretty incredible. We're seeing. I mean, if anything was to be said about the series, one thing that you can't say was a disappointment. Like we are seeing all sorts of adaptations and, I mean, aspects in our own way, and I think this champion might be really good for Sandbag, like that Master Yi. I mean, we've seen him kind of running at people with Hecarim and with the Lilia, just kind of running at people and dying. So, I mean, now he has that extra survivability, he has that momentum, and if he gets kills, he is going to be a very, very difficult samurai to take care of.
Yeah, I mean,
Farmingdale doesn't have too much to deal with him.
Last game, Farmingdale had the outplay button with Malzahar R. Now Ithaca has the outplay button with Master EQ, right? Like,
yeah. But do you think? Okay, but here's the question. I'm assuming he goes lethal tempo, right? Like that's taken care of. Does he go? Do we get the Invisible Mastery? Do we get the Dustblade special?
Oh, I'm sure. I am 100% confident we get the Dustblade here. Now, my other thing is, do we get a full lethality Vi? Right? Do we get the Eclipse Vi?
I want to say no. I mean, with everything else that's going on, I want to say yes 100% of the time. But I think that Bruiser might be valuable just because, I mean, I know Yasuo and Vladimir will get passive scaling health, but they don't really like have that like front line. And Vi can do that. So that is something that I feel could be really helpful for them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Vladimir can frontline decently well, just because Vladimir, I mean, he has a massive health pool, and plus he can just be invulnerable for a little bit. I mean, he's got a decent amount of frontlining ability. But yeah, I would think that the Vi would go somewhat tanky, somewhat bruisery in her build, just to counteract the fact that the rest of the team is very squishy.
I mean, but then again, though, like, who knows? We saw a lethality inting Scion in a game. We saw a door 42 minutes into a game. I wouldn't be surprised to anything, and we are going to toss it to a quick break. But before I do, remember to use exclamation point donate in chat to donate to our charity, which is going towards the Tompkins County's Alcohol and Drug Council. And we are going to be doing another, if you didn't see the first two, a little bit of a prediction. So I want to see what's going on. I want to see what people are thinking in their head, and we'll talk about it when we get in the game. But we will be back when the game starts. Stay tuned. game 3 now of the exciting best of 5 between Farmingdale and Ithaca. I mean, we've got some more exciting things to talk about. I mean, Hail Blade's Vi, so I would assume we might be seeing some damage out of her. We have the Airy, so it's a common. I guess I suppose it's common with Zaya right now, but
no, not the Airy Zaya. It's not that good anymore. It's
you don't
fine.
like it?
It's fine. I don't really like it that much. I don't
No,
think
get
it's
into it.
that
Get
great
into it. Get
anymore.
into it. I want to hear it.
But
Explain to
it's
me.
just like when you're dealing with, especially in a Zyra Khan lane, I feel like you're not going for poke. You're just going for all in. You're not going for the damage that Airy's giving you. So like a Hail of Blades is going to be a lot better with that Rakan. But I guess into an Ashe Seraphine where they're poking you out even more, I understand it, but like it's not that great. I just personally prefer Hail of Blades. I do want to get into the Master Yi because I have to, right? Like, first of all, he is running the lethal tempo, so this should be fun. Second of all, he insta-locked it when they were like, oh, we're going to play Vi. That Master Yi, easy. You kidding me? That was immediate. I was so just blown away by the fact that he just insta-locked Master Yi of all champions. And
So there has to be some strategy behind it, right?
There has to be. Then you got the lethal tempo and the Yasuo, lethal tempo and the Ashe, and then Predator on the Vladimir. I mean, Predator on Vladimir is not too. That's kind of like par for the course essentially. Now, in this matchup, personally, on Rakan, I would actually take Spell Thieves. Again, because you're actually...
You're not going to hit the minions.
Well, yeah, you're not going to hit the minions.
Yeah.
So when you try to go up to hit them, you're just going to get... poked out. But, oh my god, he's dead.
He is dead. I mean, that's first blood to the Yasuo, a solo kill for him. Wow. I mean, Malphite doesn't have armor yet. He's not going to be able to kill him, right?
He's just dead. There's no outplaying that. There's no counterplay to that. He's just dead. And wow. All right. Not a big deal. That just happens with Yasuo early game. It's not going to be fun, especially with that lethal tempo. I mean, the attack range is going to get buffed. The attack speed's going to get buffed. It's a rough lane for the Malphite, but I feel like if he isn't building full AP, which he shouldn't, he'll be fine. But here comes this constant poke for the bot lane.
Oh, wow. The root up on the Seraphine doing so much damage. She doesn't have heal to get away. Both the flashes. Guardian will not save her, though it will get traded out. Malphite might die again. Not even close, baby. It does not die, and even they gets killed. What is happening? Everyone died in the bot lane, and Yasuo died. Okay, so bloody game already.
There's a lot to talk about with that bot lane, lane fight. So first of all, I would have pointed out Zaya's rushing tier. So I'm assuming that's a Mana Moon already on the Zaya. Second of all, where was the Rakan W? And then Vi's dead.
Master Yi solo kill, and he still has a W, I think.
He almost got a double. If that was any other champion, he would have got a double. And that's terrifying. Anyways, where was the Rakan W? So I'm assuming since it was level 2, that he has a point in E and he has a point in Q, which is not that great because you want to start the W onto... Oh, he got a kill. He killed from that. It's fine. Whatever. I'm done talking about this Rakan because whatever.
Over it.
I'm over it. So far, a very bloody game. You already got a kill onto literally everyone on the side of Ithaca, and a death onto everyone on the side of Farmingdale. So it should be an interesting one.
Bloody once again, and I mean, it looks like we're watching Minecraft right now from the Discord perspective, so I can't tell what the goals are right now, but I'm assuming Ithaca's up to relatively... okay, I see it now. They're up around
near 1,000.
So that's pretty valuable. 5 minutes in, 500 gold is quite a bit. So
I mean, I really like how Ithaca's just been playing these little trades, right? I mean, I love the Bramble already from Malphite. I mean, I think it's just smart because Yasuo is just going to constantly all in him, so you might as well get some more damage out onto it as well.
And but he can't all in him forever if he takes all these power shots.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't. Eli does have to be careful though. Vi is around, so if he oversteps just a little bit, like he is right now, he might fall.
I'm surprised that tornado hit.
Oh my! I mean, Rito Games, small indie game company, by the way.
Switch gears.
I don't know. It's hard to know what to talk about. I'm struggling with these games that we've had today. I'm struggling to know what to talk about just because there's so much to talk about, and I don't know what to focus on.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe we should just start on this jungle matchup, right?
Sure.
I feel like Master Yi does fine into Vi. I mean, this must be some like comfort pick because of the literal insta lock. But I'm trying to think of like a build here because look, he has a Noon Quiver. He's not going lethality. He's not going Dustblade. He's going Kraken Slayer.
I would maybe, yeah, no, that would make fit the most, but then Kraken Slayer. So I don't see any reason for him to go Gale Force. I mean, I guess I could see a Shield Bow. I guess I could also Valify a Shield Bow.
Yeah, I understand a Shield Bow, right?
Malphite, level 6 over Yasuo, and it's a Bramble Vest gap, I suppose.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, the level 6 is also helpful, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, level 6 isn't that important. And then the Corrupting Pot, the Bramble Vest, not that big, right? So... But failed gank coming out from Vi. I mean, I appreciate the fact that, you know, she's going towards that bot side because obviously top lane, that's this top side of the map, this top mid, they're kind of losing right now, right? Like,
yeah,
Vladimir's down a kill, and then Malphite's getting a tiny bit fed. So, you know, Vi's just like, okay, if I can't help these two out, I'm just going to help the other two out. So I understand that, but still, I don't think throughout these series, I feel like we haven't really seen a lot from the bot lane of Farmingdale. I mean, sure, we got to see a little bit of it with the Kog'Maw Yuumi, but I think Ashe Seraphine is just a completely different lane than Kog'Maw Yuumi. You know what I mean? Like Kog'Maw's just trying to farm. He's just trying to like get his items, get his gold, get his XP up. Ashe, you're just trying to essentially land an ult. And then you'll be fine, but stopping those backs there, I mean, yeah, Ashe Seraphine I feel is a lot different. Plus, with Seraphine, you actually have to play a 2v2 instead of a 2v1.
Malphite is just dealing so much damage now. He has so much armor. That was a cool animation cancel I didn't know existed.
That's pretty sick. I didn't know you could do that.
He canceled the Q animation with a W, it looked like, but...
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I might have 80,000 mastery points in Yasuo, but by no means does that make me a good Yasuo player. Just like I have over 200k in Lee Sin, and I still consider myself new to the champion.
Right.
But I don't know. Oh, that Xayah poke is filthy.
It's filthy, but again, I would only... I think Ares' Eye is just super situational. Oh, what a setup from Vi. Malphite's just dead here. Oh, no, he's not. He had the ult.
He's not.
Very smart.
Yes, his escape button able to get him out. And Vi did blow her ult there, which is important to note.
Yeah, Vi blew the ult. Yasuo blew the ult. A lot of blown ults from that top side of the map. I mean, and then you had the Master
Does Vi's ult count as a knockup for Yasuo, or is it just the Q?
I think so.
I can't say I know that interaction too well.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll see it. By taking the Rift Herald here, I find really interesting because I know Sandbag's around. Do you think Sandbag can win a 1v1?
Probably.
I mean...
He just popped his ult, so maybe. And
okay.
That's a Q. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Was
so
Q
close,
not up,
but I
or
mean...
was his...
I have no idea.
But still does. Oh, the Lux ult! And the Corrupting Pot's gonna kill here? Oh no, Red buff counteracts it. And then I think a refillable as well. But Lux picking up that kill there is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, she's 2-0. I don't even remember where she... Oh, she had a solo kill. That's
yeah, she had the solo kill on a Vladimir. But Fed Lux is a scary champion.
Very true. I mean, I'd say you pick any one of the 10 champions in this game, and I would say they're scary when they're fed, except for maybe the Ashe. Anything other than that, you say, oh, this champion has 6 kills, I'm like, oh, that's kind of freaky. So
I wouldn't say a fed Rakan is too.
Okay. I'm sorry. I should have said that I don't count this. I'm not counting the support.
Yeah, not the support. So the other 8. right?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that statement. Yeah, every single champion in this game can absolutely solo carry or 1v9 this game. Maybe barring the Ashe, but even then, Ashe can still provide a lot to a team, and then
Oh, for
still
sure.
like carry in that sense. But I don't think you're going to be getting 30 kills on an Ashe. And
I do like that adjustment though that Farmingdale made with this game, putting their AD carry on more of a utility champion rather than a carry. Because I mean, they had him on a Caitlyn and a Kog'Maw in the first 2 games. They're having big carries, and like he didn't do that great. Obviously, he was focused, so it makes sense why he wasn't ahead. But I think putting him on that utility champion when he obviously hasn't been the carry of this team is a really, really good idea for them.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I would even go as far as to argue that Caitlyn is still somewhat of a utility
That's
ADC,
fair.
right? But
No, that's fair.
obviously, this idea of a weak side bot lane is, I think, what Farmingdale is playing with the most. And there's a bit of a fight over the jungle. Oh wow,
no,
they actually got it.
They do, and Vi is now fighting with the Master Yi. There's also a fight going on the bot lane. Ashe is low, and here comes the Malphite TPing in. Yasuo is mid. And...
Oh no! Oh, here comes Malphite.
Bonk.
Oh, there it is.
And so overall, it's a 2 for 2. Lux did die. I don't really know to who. It looks to be Vladimir, but I'm not 100% certain. And Rakan's here to try to back him up. No idea what the cooldown in Sanguine's pool is, if it's up at all. But
I think it's fair. I think it's down. But I do want to say in terms of that being up, there it is right there.
It is up. All right.
the 2v2, it still goes in favor of Farmingdale right there, because they got the dragon out of it, right? Like that is I think what really cemented it as a Farmingdale victory, essentially, right? Because obviously, a 2 for 2, you're still going even at the end of the day.
All right,
but,
he's going. I see no world in which our boy Yasuo escapes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it was right there. So
it's been a long day. Maybe I should just stop talking. Maybe we should just have a silent stream for the rest of it.
We just had a 40-minute banger. It's fine.
I'm just gonna leave. Don't mind me. See you guys. Have a good night.
No. I can't do this alone. It's fine. All right. Clearing out some vision here in this dragon pit. Obviously not going for that scuttle, which is weird. I think she was just saving it for the Ashe, but I think the play here is just to push out these lanes until Herald spawns. Yeah. I mean, actually, Dragon spawns faster, so maybe push out this bot lane. So that's what Ashe and Seraphine are planning on doing. Vi getting this bot scuttle is actually really important, but here comes Master Yi, here comes Rakan. That's just a wombo combo, and she's dead. Right? Right. Okay. I just got scared for a little bit. There was a chance where he fully did not.
Oh, I'm back.
What just happened?
I made a joke that I was gonna leave, and then I disconnected. So I promise it wasn't intentional.
That is funny.
I'm back now. I'm just caster cursing IRL, I suppose.
Everything.
But
okay. So it looks like this top tower is very dangerously, it's close to being dangerous. And what I've noticed from Mims is that he
does not care. He likes the proxy. He spends more time in between the towers than at the towers.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks like he's just gonna get solo killed. I don't say that. I've learned I'm not allowed to say that anymore. He isn't just dead until he's in the black and white simulator. But wow, Ashe eliminated, and there goes.
Oh, but there's the Vladimir.
Vlad is there, and he is fast, and he is very furious, and he is not about family. So he is going in for that kill, looking for the Yi still, but he does.
What a good TP from him, though. That was a really smart TP. And then they popped the Herald bot. Yeah, this is a really smart.
4 stacks on his Darksteel for Vlad. That's it's a strong boy.
Definitely coming back into this game, and I love the rush for Cosmic Drive, because essentially the new Cosmic Drive is essentially just buying Phase Rush.
Yeah.
So I do really like that, because Phase Rush was obviously what you ran on Vladimir before you started running Predator on him. I mean, it's just a really good item on him, I think. Now the question is, do you go the Crown Crown of the Shattered Queen, or you still go Rocket Belt? That's what I'm interested in, because I don't know a lot about Vladimir in preseason, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I've played a lot of Vlad, but definitely not in preseason, so
Right.
I'm not super certain.
Ooh,
And Morris getting a little bit caught out. He isn't dead yet, and he does pop his ult, but no, he did get comboed. Vi flash though.
Yeah, Vi did flash, but obviously that Ashel coming out to secure that kill. I was right, man. Rakan was dead. That was just
lost. I'm not allowed to say anything anymore. But
that was just smart from Vi. Right, I think Vi did a good job of just catching him out. He was obviously trying to clue vision, but Vi was just at the ready, and obviously she's doing a lot of damage. The Divine Sunder is there already. I don't know what she's going to build next. Maybe a Sterix, maybe a Black Cleaver. I'm not sure, but
I would think
definitely not going to lethality Vi that I was talking about before.
No, probably. I mean, probably for the better, but
yeah,
unfortunately not this time. And I don't know. I think that Ithaca needs to stop 50-50 objectives because they aren't.
I agree.
Uh-oh. Eli though is getting kind of caught out, although he has some backed out. Here comes the ult. Huge kill blocks with a double. There's it. Yeah. Fight's over already. 3 people down. Now they're looking for the Vlad. Mastery wants the kill, and he does get it. As that's 4 kills for Ithaca and presumably the Dragon. So, I mean, I suppose that them getting those kills does mean that this Drake isn't going to be a 50-50, which is what we were looking for. So,
yeah, this Drake is definitely not a 50-50, and that was just such a clean engage, clean fight from Ithaca. I mean, it started out where it seemed like Farmingdale was going to start to get some things out of it, but then Ithaca started to turn it around. Obviously, with that Malphite ult really changing things, and that was actually really smart to clear that minion wave with the Lux ult. And I
swear
he's dead here.
This Demims takes more damage from towers than he does from champions. Changed my mind.
He's just committed to getting these towers, which I understand. You're a top laner, but also like being 1 in 5 is not going to be too. You're not going to be too proud of that. Sandbag is fine. I don't think he.
Is he fine though?
No, he's not. No, he's not. I did a caster curse again. I think this whole series has just been a constant.
I feel like we're just not allowed to talk. Maybe we should just let the game play and just go quiet. I don't know. At this point, I feel like we just can't. Anything we assume that's going to happen, I don't know. Because we've been really right with some things, and then we've been really wrong with some things. But I really don't know. But this Yasuo does do quite a bit of damage for being a little bit behind. Eli does have ult, and he's going to look to use it. He actually doesn't get it down at all, and that's 700 gold down to that Yasuo, which is scary. It's scary that the 4-in-1 Malphite loses the 1v1 to the 1-in-5 Yasuo, but...
I appreciate the attempt from Rakan to try and keep going in there with the ult, but then just turning right back around is kind of smart, knowing that he lost that fight. I kind of hate Yasuo, to be fair, but that's just my personal hatred for this champ. But no, the fact that he can still fight at a 1 in 5 KD is just it's unreal. He just does so much damage, and against a fed Malphite too, who's already so tanky. He has his Iceborne Gauntlet. He has his Bramble Vest. He has his Giant's Belt. He has his Plated Steel Cap. So I'm going to call him Ninja Tablets.
I do it too, man. I do it too.
He has his Tablets. But he has so much armor, and he still is able to come out in that fight. And he just got an IE. This Yasuo he's back in the game.
He's not as behind as the scoreline makes him seem, just like that Scion.
Just like the Scion, man. And I guess I was wrong. So you're not going Crown of the Shattered Queen on Vladimir. He is going the Rocket Belt, which I understand. Rocket Belt's a good item. You get the magic pen from that, and obviously melting people as fast as possible is the goal. With Vladimir, did the Lux just use the ult for the blue?
Yeah, but it's already a quarter of the way up. So I mean, I was thinking the same thing, but then I looked at her ult timer, and like now it's halfway up again. It's like it's literally on.
That's the thing, right? Lux ult already has a disgustingly low cooldown, so throw a blue buff on there, and it's just Yasuo.
He wins these.
That was kind of bold. to
It
go
was a
into
little bit
5
bold.
people.
And now, Ash forced the
Oh,
flash.
that was also
Malphite.
kind of bold.
It was, and this is even bolder. Sandbag gives 0 fucks, and he is going in, and he is getting all of the kills underneath the init.
What is going on?
He's still
He's
going.
still going. And he lives. What is
I don't know
happening?
how he's gonna get out of this. But,
Oh no, the Vladimir he tanked
Oh,
it. Oh,
no.
this is just like before, man. They're going way too deep, and then things like this happen. Wait, no way, right?
Oh,
Surely there's no way
oh.
Vladimir dies here.
The Vlad turn. Lux is trying to look for it, and she does die.
That was actually really clean from Rakan. He's
That was really
not dead
almost
just
from
yet.
Vlad. Vlad almost
But
got a triple
what
there,
is-
but
So from what I'm learning here is that Ithaca loves tower diving. They
I
love
think
to
their
dive
thing
the
is that-
towers, and okay, that
dead.
there was really nothing you could really say about that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just Yasuo destroying an AD carry. But yes, Ithaca loves to tower dive. They love to go for things they shouldn't go for, and they love to just make the ballsy plays that'll maybe will win them the game, and most oftentimes will make them lose.
And I mean, it looks like they're even trying to play for the Baron, but now it's time to see if we can get a 50-50 going well on the side of Ithaca. I mean, Master Yi's here. He can't get over the wall yet, and unfortunately, the camera's in such a terrible spot that we can't see the Baron's health bar. But there goes in the Malphite. The Baron is less than 1,000 HP and is secure by Vi. Now the fight smite is ensuing. Ashe is very low, but she will not die. Malphite has no escape, and he will survive. And gets the kill with a cheese wheel, so I suppose that's a good thing. But the rest of Ithaca seems to be dying in the process in the background. So that's 3 kills and a Baron for Farmingdale, which is pretty big.
I think that's a really like good trade to take here, right? You only have your Baron buff not on Ashe, and assuming that Seraphine is going to be constantly babysitting the Ashe because she's the support, you're still going to have a Baron buff for an Ashe that wants to push a lane. So I mean, I feel like that's okay. And then Lux popping that stopwatch. All right, and they just get a free dragon off that as well. And now Farmingdale is very much in the lead. They may be down in the count of kill-wise, but they're up 3K gold.
They are, and I mean, I think the gold's going to be on like that Vladimir and Yasuo. Like those are their hyper carries. They are the late game scaling champions that you want to have this lead on. So it's
the Vladimir being that low, fed, I should say, and then the Yasuo going from that low of a KD to having that 150 gold shutdown and having this just constant damage output is really terrifying for the side of Ithaca. I mean, I'm trying to think of what you could possibly do here. I mean, you could probably just try and make some picks. I mean, obviously you have this Lux, you have this Malphite, and you have this Master Yi that are good for taking these picks, but it's just a matter of are you able to do it? Because even if you go for the 1v1 with this Yasuo, I feel like he's still going to be able to come out on top. You might need 2 people to take on this Yasuo, and I think Vladimir, they haven't had trouble killing him before. I feel like they're not going to have too much trouble killing him again unless this the Sanguine Pool just comes out and it makes him unkillable, untouchable. But I think that's just the game plan, right? To send a couple people over this Yasuo if he's like split pushing a lane or something. Like if he's about to push this top lane, maybe Lux can maybe make a cool play, or maybe Malphite can come up to follow up with it. Vladimir can just keep pushing the spot lane, see what happens, and maybe you send Malphite to catch the spot wave. And yeah, I don't really. That's all I can think of to get Ithaca back in this game. But I feel like you also just want to wait for this Baron to run out. You know what I mean?
Vlad just upgraded 1 NLR into a fancy hat.
Oh, he had a lot of gold then.
He did. Okay. Mastery is opting into this 1v1. Oh. Okay. Yasuo didn't land the tornado, so he didn't end up going in. But that is Yasuo's flash down. I mean, traded for Mastery, all this pose, but that cooldown's not too long. And he just goes back to sitting in that lane bush, right where he was the first time, just chilling. Interesting. I don't know. We've got... I think the Bork. I like the Bork tech in by Demims.
On Yasuo, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
do like
interesting.
that. I mean, because he has the crit. He'll have the
Yes.
100% crit, so he won't not
So
anymore.
now he'll
And I
have
mean,
that sustain that he needs for these trades, because obviously
and the
he's
shred.
gonna keep, if he's gonna keep split pushing these lanes, he obviously wants to stay alive, and people are gonna come after him. So if he has this minion wave to dash through, he's gonna get health from it as well. So yeah, that only makes sense on the side of Demims. He's that's some pretty good itemization in my opinion. In terms of other good itemization, I just want to look at what everyone has. Vladimir is dead. Or no. Well, wait a minute.
Last plant for the win. Ashe ult coming in now. Master Yi still trying to chase the Vladimir. It looks like Master Yi will fall as Farmingdale is able to come in quickly. Yasuo is here now, and he does have his tornado tie to go in, and he does hit it, and he does ult in. Malphite does have the ult to try to get away, but I don't know if he'll be able to get close enough to a wall, and he won't as it goes through. But wowie, that Lux ult that deals damage. Not enough, I suppose, but it definitely deals a lot, so it's something to look forward to. And I mean, the cooldown's already half up. It'll be up again in another 15 seconds. But now, Farmingdale is looking in towards this inhibitor. They don't have a wave at the moment, but they look like they're going to split it top and mid to try to get it through. Mastery will be up in a moment for it, but I think I might have to get down this first inhibitor tower.
I think this is smart from Farmingdale, right? To push it through 2 lanes instead of just 1, right? Because they have a Master Yi on the enemy team, so he's just going to be able to damage every single one of the Farmingdale team members. So pushing it out on 2 lanes rather, I think that's pretty smart. Maybe have no one. Yeah, I don't think going bot is actually too smart because they only have 2 towers there, and Master Yi just popped his ult for this Vi.
And he wants it, and Yasuo's there too, and I don't even know if he gets the one. He doesn't. Vi is gaining a lot of health, and I have no idea from where, but oh no. Catastrophe for Ithaca there as they try to act into the 2v2, and it does not end up well, and this game is starting to look a little bit nervous. I'd be a little bit nervous as an Ithaca fan in this, as they're down 6,000 gold now with a dragon spawn.
This is really insane that the Yasuo came back from that deficit. He hasn't died in quite a bit, and now Farmingdale's on Soul Point. This is extremely dangerous for Ithaca. I mean, Ithaca needs to figure out something and figure it out fast, because if Master Yi does... Why does Master Yi have an Aegis? What is he building? So, like, sure... He's going Kraken Slayer, I guess. Yeah, and then he goes Sterix, and
which
then
I also get.
I respect the attempt to steal it by the Lux, but it was just kind of doomed from the beginning, right? Like,
yeah.
like Farming just had that. They just put out so much damage across this Vladimir, this Yasuo, even this Vi.
Is he building a locket?
He can. It's a mythic.
But, that's true.
What is he building? I'm trying to think of the Aegis item.
What is it? What's it called? Oh boy, the Knight's Vow. I don't know why he'd build it, but it's like he has the extra cloth armor with it. So that would be my thought. Is Frozen Heart?
You know what it could be? Gargoyle.
Oh.
It could be Gargoyle Stoneplate.
Okay. Not a tech I would have expected, but I respect it. No, I could see that being okay.
Because if he's going to constantly just go in, try to engage and start these fights, to keep himself alive with a Gargoyle Stoneplate, it makes sense.
No, it does. No, I'm seeing that now that I'm seeing that too. I think I like that. I think that's a good adaptation for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go full damage.
Okay.
You just wanted to go a little fast.
I mean,
it's all good.
I don't know.
But I do like the Gargoyle Stoneplate on this Master Yi, because he's not really the biggest damage dealer. I think you got to give that to Lux. But no, I do think just having him in the middle of the team, just trying to then test the ult coming out from Malphite to just try and get out of there, but. As I was saying, Master Yi with the Gargoyle, just keeping him alive is kind of important.
Vi's even going in. Vi is able to take down that champion. Is now Seraphine ult lands onto the side. That's the important target, and she does able to pull it in. Mastery is trying his best in the back line, and he is able to take down the Vi, but honestly, there's a chance that this is game. I mean, the first inhibitor falls, and the top inhibitor looks like it falls this tank, and I'm not sure there's anyone who can save him. I mean, there he goes. It's looking like game, which would put Farmingdale on a match point. They'd be up in the series 2-1, and the Nexus will fall. So there we go. 2 1 now. Farmingdale.
Yeah, I mean that was a really clean game.
I think it's pretty impressive. I mean, it was a good game overall. They made it work.
I mean, I think Farmingdale just really had a clean game. I appreciate what Ithaca tried to do, countering that Yasuo with the Malphite and having that confidence to pick the Lux and the Master Yi, but I think in that situation it just did not work.
It definitely didn't in this situation. And as we can tell, I'm having a Wi-Fi problem. So I'm going to toss it off to a break really quick so I can try to go fix that. So we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. We're getting into draft of game 4 now. I mean, as soon as we come in, we're going to talk about some pre-draft stuff, but the draft has already started, so we might as well go straight into that. We're nothing too exciting for bands so far, as 3 bands have come out, except I will notice, as I haven't noticed, for the first time, this is the 4th game, by the way, Ithaca and Farmingdale have switched sides. Ithaca is now in blue, Farmingdale on red. Is it? Ooh, first phase of bans pretty much through. No Kha'Zix ban out from
No
Ithaca.
Kha'Zix
So
ban.
Kha'Zix. But
there was
it was a
Vladimir
place
ban.
with a Vladimir, which I still think is like I think Vladimir is an okay ban to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
I
Kha'Zix
think
was
Vladimir did a good
spooky.
job last game. So
Vladimir was
Kha'Zix
was spooky in game 1.
Now my idea is, do Ithaca just want to take the Kha'Zix for themselves?
I don't know if that's something that Sandbag has spent a lot of time with. I think the Hecarim's a good pick. Like I stand by the Hecarim.
It is like you mentioned before, it's a comfort pick for him. So I do. Yeah, I like this first pick here, and it's worked in the past. The one game they've won in this series, they won it with the Hecarim. So I'm interested into seeing what Farmingdale spawns with here.
Oh boy.
Your favorite champion.
I was dreading the moment that this was going to get picked. Trundle,
Now here's the thing though.
I know it's good.
It's probably Trundle jungle, but I do want to reveal the dark tech, which is Glacial Trundle support.
Glacial Trundle support.
Yes, because
the Glacial would proc with his pillar.
The Glacial procs with his pillar, and then it's literally you're walking in quicksand. It's genius. But then there's the Lux from Farmingdale instead, and obviously that's a support, mid support flex. So the Trundle's probably going in the jungle, but we don't know where this Lux is going. That's interesting. I do like this Lux pick though.
I do too. I think like we saw last game, like Ithaca made the Lux. Like the Lux is doing damage. Like there's no doubt about it. It just wasn't doing enough damage. So I still think it's a strong pick that could work out. Oh, okay. So this is a Man Walrus special. We know this is a pick that he loves to bring out, the Tarek. I think it's pretty good with the new item. I can't remember the name of it at the moment.
Fimbulwinter.
No, well, that and
Even Shroud. That
too. Both of those. Yes. And followed up with a Corki. Okay. Ithaca looking for team fights. All right, there we go. Absolutely. Point set. They want a team fights. Okay,
they want these team fights, and they don't want to die in them. I think that's I
feel like that's what most people want, though. And
that's understandable.
Not to die.
Yeah, I guess so. So now my idea is: do Farmingdale want to respond with a mid pick, or do they go for the Caitlyn? Okay, so I think we're going like we were saying before. I think they're going for a more weak side bottom lane, more for a carry top lane, carry mid. It's worked out for them in the games they've won, right? Obviously, you had the Mordekaiser in the first game, you had the Yasuo in the third game, and the Vladimir as well. So it really just comes down to what Farmingdale wants to pick for the top lane and wants to pick for their mid lane. Unless Lux is the mid lane pick, and then we get a different support. Maybe a Morgana. I like a Morgana here.
I would like a Morgana as well. I mean, we could even
ban the Misfortune. Thank God they're banning the Scion. Oh, thank God. I couldn't stomach another game of that Scion. Jesus.
That Scion was dirty, bro. That
Scion was disgusting, and in the worst way possible. I think what's another ban that could work here? Maybe I don't know if
Samira?
I don't know. I feel like with Tarek, the best AD carry to ban is probably Callista. Right? Callista Tarek is very scary. Well, Silas ban coming out as well. Yeah, so I think they're under the impression that Lux is going support, but also that Silas could be flex top.
How do you feel about the Jinx again? I think that could work.
I think the Jinx could work.
I'm thinking of like a Jinx or like a Kai'Sa. I know Kai'Sa isn't something that we see all the time.
Kai'Sa isn't the best right now, but I think in this situation it could work decently well.
And I know it's something that Clouds tends to bring out, so that's just why I'm just. Okay, I was like, there's no way he blind picks a Cassin,
right? So he's going for that first strike victor again. Okay.
And I mean, it worked very, very well in game 1. I mean, it has a lot of damage and brings a lot to the table, and I think it'll do pretty all right in the Corki. So it does show, though, that the Lux is going support, which is, I mean, what I figured. I pretty much figured that. But
I don't know. We saw a Lux mid last game, so I was like, maybe there's a Lux mid this game. Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm behind it.
I like it. I like the Jhin here.
I do too.
Now
I mean,
we just need a blind pick top lane. I don't know if we're gonna go for the Camille again. I think it's too dangerous to go for the Camille again.
I do as well. I mean,
maybe a Riven.
I don't know how much Riven Nidaron has picked up. I would think like maybe like a Cho'Gath or something like a little bit tankier. Like, okay, he does take the Camille. I don't think the Camille's...
But then they just lock in Mord here, yeah?
I don't think so. I think they have way too much magic damage if they pick up.
Yeah, they do have a decent amount of magic damage. But who knows? They could just pick it.
What if they... Okay, but what if they went like Mundo? Okay, but yeah, Mord...
It's a hover, so it's not a lock.
It's a hover, yeah. It's not a lock. I think it's... Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, this matchup was already played, and it was kind of a steamroll from the Mord. But I think the jungle, right? The top jungle is probably better, right? You have a Hecarim instead of a Lilia. And then I feel like the mid, the Corki, he can probably just... The mid will be able to come up as well. Think about the Corki package, right? That'll be able for that'll be good for roam potential. And then also I feel like Jhin Taric is just a lane where you can, you guys are just self-sufficient. There's no need to
Taric might not have fun in the Lux Caitlyn, but he picked Taric, he chose to opt into it, so that's what he gets. And just as a reminder before we go into our break, that if you use the ! donate in chat to donate to the Tompkins County Alcohol and Drug Council, which is what this charity stream has been all about so far. You can see our charity goal right above us. I believe I'm pointing in the right direction. At least I hope I am. But we're going to be back after this quick break in just a moment. See you guys in a second. into Game 4 and match point for the ECAC Fall Championships. Farmingdale is, and Farmingdale once again is on the red side, and Ithaca is on the blue side. So this game, I would say, has some weight on it. It's an important game for both these sides. It's like a win or go home, for Ithaca here.
Yeah.
So
I think if you're Ithaca, you're definitely thinking you need to really just play for these team fights, play for these things that you drafted your comp around being strong at, right? These team fights, like we talked about before, especially with this Hecarim, this Tarek, this Corki. I mean, it's all based around who can team fight better. And I feel like this other comp is based around, again, like picks, right? You have the Lux, you have the Caitlyn, the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser is probably just going to steamroll this top lane. But is that a lethal tempo on Trundle?
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be interesting. I do want to talk about the mid lane itemization. I feel like I do like the Cole on Corki.
I do too.
Right?
I'm happy. I was going to say that. It's like Cole's not something you see all the time, but like
Cole
is
definitely, it's strong in a few champions. I think Corki's one of them, just because, again, I feel like you want to just, play the lane kind of passive, right? Like, you play the lane passive. You want to just farm up, get your items, be set with it. And because once you have your items, you're just going to be all good. Now, I really, really hope that he doesn't go AP Corki. But I've seen it a couple times. I've seen Leandries on Corki. It's not good. Don't do it. But I think, honestly, let's just hope Eliron has figured anything about the Camille Mord matchup in the, I think, 3 games we've had since then. Probably not, but you know what? He looks like he's doing better already. I mean, sure, he's up a level, but he's doing pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had to blow his. I guess he doesn't have a flash to blow, but he hasn't been brought dangerously low just yet. So I'd say he's still doing all right at the moment. Like, he's not gonna win the mid lane. We already know that, but the goal is don't die. I think that's like the goal at this point. I mean, he's even winning like a little bit of these trades, and like he has the ignite. So it's like. Mm-hmm. He's allowed to look for these trades. I mean, even if in the next wave of cooldowns for him, he might even be able to look for something even more, as he might be. I mean, Trundle is around. That's important to notice. So Camille could go for something if something bad happens, but the Ignite is down, and so is the Ignite. One more auto will get it, and he gets first blood. Now he's supposed to run away from the Trundle, and he does have the staff, so he can run. The slow comes down, but the flash chomp gets the return kills.
I mean, that was just a clean 1v1 from Eliron. I mean, he did a really good job, especially knowing that Trundle was there. Maybe he didn't know that Trundle was there, but playing just safe enough to where that even if he was going to die to the Trundle gank, he was going to still come out with a kill. And that's what I think was really important there.
I agree. I do think that's important. I mean, he didn't have the Hecarim there to really help him out.
Yeah, I mean, the Hecarim, it seemed like he was pathing towards bot side, but now he's obviously playing towards this top side, knowing that, yes, Eliron is in a losing matchup, so maybe he should hover around this top side maybe a little bit more, maybe just keep around this mid-top, but it looks like we got a 2v2 in the top lane.
We do, and I mean, I think that they lose this just because lethal tempo, and no other reason at all, but I mean, Hecarim did use his ghost to get in there, so keep those cooldowns in mind. Trundle and Hecarim are both still lying around in wait, ready to do it. And going to this bot lane, Icy Clouds and Manwars are not having fun. They might have to blow a few summer spells, and they do. There goes the heal. See if Icy Clouds does not have the time to use his flash, and he will get killed.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really clean from Caitlyn and Lux there. I mean, they're playing around Jhin and Tarek's limits, right? Tarek, not a mobile champion. Jhin, not a mobile champion. I think that's the biggest thing about this bot lane is that they have no mobility. So it's pretty easy to like dodge a root.
We're seeing a gank in the
pretty
bot lane,
easy to dodge a
Hecarim's in. They do use the heal, and Caitlyn is trying her best to run away. One more swing of the scythe will do it, and she is down. Now they're working towards that Lux. I don't think they'll be able to get her, but okay. That is a trade kill, something that's sort of important. Getting a little bit of extra gold on that Hecarim, I will take that. Jhin didn't miss all the CS, and I believe the tower plate gold was missed, so that's pretty valuable.
Yeah, it is pretty valuable, and as you can see, Mordekaiser taking Camille into that Death Realm. Not a lot happening there, so that might have just been a wasted ult from Mordekaiser.
Maybe. I'm thinking he just thought, I hit level 6, she's not level 6, let's see if I can bait out a fight.
Yeah,
but
sure. That's probably what happened. I mean, it only makes sense.
Uh-oh. Eli Ron, you're still not level 6. Gotta be a little bit careful. He almost
be a little
has
more
his
careful with that.
back up, but... Oh, boy. I mean, all things considered, though, Eli Ron isn't... When did he die the second time?
I don't know. Did he die in the 2v2 at top? Did he? Unless we were just focused on like a bot lane or something. Well, he's gonna.
I don't know.
There's a chance he's gonna die.
He did just hit level 6. I don't think he does. I think Ithaca actually
and the TP coming in from Corki really as well. That was just really well played from all of them. I mean,
because he hit it, he needs to hit. Oh, okay.
Brilliant. I think flashing to secure that kill was really the smartest play here, and it looks like he is going for a shield bow on Corki, which obviously is his best mythic. So I'm pretty happy I'm not watching a Leandry's Corki game. Ooh, you don't want to just get hit by that, but that's what I was saying before, right? Like Jhin Taric, not a mobile lane, so that's why I understand Jhin rushing this boot, these Swifty boots. Because he needs to dodge all of Caitlyn and Lux's skill shots, and obviously you can see that Victor popped his flash there. I feel like the mid lane matchup was going pretty even up until Corki got that kill onto Mordekaiser. So maybe Victor's just a little bit more scared of this Corki now.
I agree, and Farmingdale will be the first ones to take a dragon. I said that poorly, but we all know where I was going with that. And so
it's all good. It's all good. Ooh, nice root. Right? That was actually really nice.
Good root. Love the trap to hit, and they have a nice little freeze going on.
Yeah, and one more thing about this. Oh, I love
Hecarim's here too.
And then here comes the Predator on Hecarim, and yeah.
Caitlyn trapped the wrong way, but it's okay.
Caitlyn. Now, I was going to say that I'm kind of disappointed that we're not seeing the Glacial on Taric, but I understand. I understand seeing Guardian on him. You know, it's what he's been running for how many seasons now? Like
too long. I mean, it's not a bad rune to begin with.
New Glacial on Taric is pretty cool. So wow, that was an insane. The little thumbs up there from Eli Ron. You'll love to see it.
That was a good bait. That's good. That means now Sandbag can come around and really influence the lane a lot more. I mean, Sandbag's pretty strong right now, which makes me kind of nervous. Just that he's strong compared to like the Jhin getting kills, just because he has spent some time with a black and white screen this series. I believe like he's gotten a lot of kills, but he also has gotten a lot of deaths. So that just makes me a little bit nervous looking forward, but I don't know. I mean, kills on a Hecarim is not a bad thing by any means. So
no, not at all. I feel like especially on someone like Sandbag on Hecarim, where he's super comfortable on this pick. He's super, he's able to make plays, as we just saw on that bot lane, in that bot lane gank. So having kills on him, I don't think is an issue at all. Maybe you do want to put a couple kills onto this Jhin, onto this Camille, but you know what? If he wants to get those kills, get them. Like just like right there. Sometimes he'll just get these kills, and that's okay.
And I mean, there's that gank we were talking about. Mordekaiser didn't have his ult, so they just kind of took advantage of it and was able to come right up there and take 100%. That kill.
I mean, good stun. Nothing from it, but yeah, you know what? It happens.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the level advantage down here too. Lux isn't quite 6 just yet. I don't know how close she is, but I would assume she's relatively okay. There it is. All right.
I mean, it like theoretically, if the Ithaca bot lane wants to go for a trade here, they can. I mean, Taric has no flash, but I still feel like a Jhin flash and a Jhin heal is going to be more than enough sustain, along with the Taric ult that I would think would be popped for a for a bot lane engage. That would probably be something that I wouldn't be surprised if happened. But I mean, or they just want to play the lane passive, and that's understandable, right? Like just get farm up, because Caitlyn has a lot more CS than Jhin right now. So I would understand, just playing the lane a little bit safer, trying to catch up a little bit, maybe get your first mythic component. I mean, that's what I would think. But ooh, nice damage. Okay. Oh, but here comes the Hecarim and the
no. The fear from the Hecarim ult made the Caitlyn miss it. That's so sad.
The curtain has been drawn, and Lux just escapes with a sliver of health, but then the Lux ult. Oh my lord, that was really smart. But the flash fourth shot, really great from Clouds. It looks like Tarek's gonna die.
Not even close, baby.
I was just gonna say it looks like he's gonna die. I should just stop saying it. I should just stop saying it looks like he's gonna die, because then he's just not gonna die.
Uh-oh. Eoron has to run for his... Oh, the pillar missed. Okay, so he's trying to cancel the blast cone, but he didn't realize there wasn't a blast cone there and missed. Okay. And he does flash trying to get this. I don't know if you can do that. That's kind of illegal. Yep. And
that just seems like a wasted flash and a wasted ult from Trundle.
It seemed kind of almost desperate. Like, they're like up gold, but it seemed like they were just like, oh, we need to do this in order to do it. But it is a quirky package.
He's top lane with it.
Oh, yes, he is. There comes a TP from Camille. Camille has ult and ignite for this, so Trundle will definitely be dying. And
I think he just screwed himself over with that pillar. Nice little emote from Sandbag there. Does he have the ult to go over this wall? So we can maybe... Oh, no, it's just so unfortunate. Looking for that, looking for the recall on the Mordekaiser, but he's just not going to get it. And that's okay. All right, a couple plates down on the bottom tower. It's... just more gold in the pocket of Caitlyn. Right?
As we have a lull.
Caitlyn isn't even getting the plate didn't go down yet. I thought it was going to go down. Oh, but here comes the Corki package. Oh, this is actually such a great gank or a great TP from Corki here, shutting down this Caitlyn and this Lux. I love it. That was a great package. It was almost like a Talia wall, right, to just block them off from going any further. It's really smart. And that's going to lead into an Ithaca Dragon. Now, sadly, we're not getting any Chemtech Souls. I think it would be funny if we get those. I think my prediction is it's going to be an Infernal Soul. But
again, another one. And it is a Mountain Soul. Okay, so like the first game.
It's close. It's close. And by close, I mean not at all.
I mean, you had one of 3 options, so I suppose
I had one of 4.
Oh, true. Yeah. You're right. I forgot about Cloud Soul. The game's relatively close, though, even though the kills are drastically in one team's favor. I mean,
the kills are drastically in one team's favor, but I will say, the gold is absolutely close.
How is he?
And I think it's just because Farmingdale has been able to get these objectives, get these towers, get everything like that, these plates, but then these kills are just coming out on the side of Ithaca, and that was so good.
That was gorgeous. Holy
that was
moly.
Amazing.
I love that with the Camille hook shot. I
love that combo so much. I am infatuated with that combo.
That was a nice.
It might be my favorite thing I've seen all this series. That was so clean. I've never even thought of that. That's so cool. And it was like perfectly timed too. That's the craziest part. Unless it was just Camille stun into the Tarek stun, but then that's just layering CC on top of another. It's just that whole thing was genius. I didn't even think of that during the draft. I'm really impressed with this one. So maybe
it's a good one. It's a good one for sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Trundle did a lot of damage though.
Trundle did do a lot of damage. I do want to point out that even though Victor is 0-1, he still does have his mythic, and he still has he has that hex core upgrade, so he's going to be able to clear these waves a lot faster, get more hex core upgrades even faster. I mean, he's even though he's only down, he doesn't have any kills. He's only down one one death. He's still very much in this game, but obviously we have a 1v1 in the top lane.
Yeah, we do, and it doesn't look like Eli Ron's going to win, and he doesn't. Wolfie comes out on top once again, overextending just that tiny bit. Still not able to beat the Mordekaiser just yet, although he is pretty strong.
Mordekaiser has rushed Nashor's Tooth.
He did, and we might see something between the Hecarim and the Trundle now. I mean, there are 3 members from Ithaca up here. There goes the Trundle, or the Taric stun is able to land. Trundle does now have flash in about half a second to get it. Oh my goodness. Don't know where that damage came from, but it sure as hell happened. And here we are on to the Mordekaiser now. Manwar has to try to run away. He doesn't have ult to get back, but Camille does not have TP. I thought her TP was her Ignite for a moment. And so that'll be all of that trade. So, I mean, I suppose they got the Trundle. That's all right. But that Hecarim shutdown.
It's really unfortunate that the Taric ult didn't pop off immediately when Hecarim was brought in by Mordekaiser. But, you know, things like that are just going to happen. I mean, Minwaris really just mistimed it. I mean, if he popped it maybe just a little bit earlier, it would have been fine. Like maybe before he even went for the stun on the Trundle, right? Then maybe that fight could have came out differently. But I think even then, I still think that was a decent trade. You know, just getting these picks, and Jin is getting fed.
He is getting fed. It's a little bit unfortunate that Hecarim did blow that shutdown though, but he is getting a little bit ahead. And oh no, Manwaris does not look like he will not be surviving this one. But here's the Hecarim into the backline, gets instantly exhausted and rooted up. I'm not sure what rooted him, but something definitely did. Maybe it was the Hecarim snare. Oh, it was the Lux. Okay, I wasn't thinking about that, but a little bit of over-aggression from Ithaca there. I think they should have just taken that their Taric was not going to survive the engage and didn't need to blow the Ghost and Hecarim ult as well.
Yeah, I agree with this idea from Farmingdale to just push out this mid wave. Obviously, I feel like you get a lot of top pressure just from the amount of damage and the amount of problems that this Mordekaiser can create. So yeah, putting him onto Herald immediately is I think the smartest move here. Victor going for a little bit of a cheese strat there.
Oh wait, there's a TP coming from behind with the oh my goodness, and he has the package with him, but it looks like people are just running away from now. Camille does have ult. Go back in, and she is able to ult up Victor, who is taken low, and oh my goodness, no way she survives, right? Okay, Hecarim was able to take him down, and the Trundle falls as well, and Hecarim is still alive back there. He's been alive for a very long time.
He has been alive for a pretty long time.
That was a good trade. They realized that the Mordekaiser didn't have TP, and they were able to take advantage of it. That was good.
It was a 1-for-3, and they ended up getting Dragon off of it, so I think it's really, really ideal. But you do have Mordekaiser split pushing that top lane, and he does have a Herald in his back pocket, so that's probably not something that we want to happen here. Caitlyn taking one turret shot. I mean, obviously, maybe if Corki saved that package rather, he would have been able to get a kill there. But oh my god, did you see the damage that he did to that turret? Caitlyn's just very dead here.
And I mean, now they're going to go.
He's already under the inhibitor.
Obviously.
Oh man, it's Mordekaiser. It's such a power pick this entire series. There's nothing but just insanity from this. We were talking about how Even Shroud is so good on Taric, and he still ended up going Locket.
I mean, I kind of see it with the Victor and everything else going on, and it does look like Wolfie will fall here, so we'll pause that point for a moment. Okay, he does fall to the Corki, so he's slowly getting stronger, and Jin just... I'm just seeing some like interesting long series and long day, but like some interesting thought process going on, because like Jin just gave up his shutdown to the Victor, which isn't necessarily what you want to do, giving it to that late scoring champion, but I don't know. I'm not certain. I feel like this game is still very close. There's a lot left to see. Ithaca is down 4,000 gold at this point. That doesn't mean too much in the retrospect.
No, it doesn't mean too much at all. And obviously the introduction of objective bounties soon, I feel like they're going to come up soon at least. That's going to play a vital role in a possibility of an Ithaca comeback. I think if they can, obviously they're up in dragons right now, so if I think they just play for these dragons, play for the soul, it's going to be good. But then Victor could just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to build Shadow Flame and destroy you guys because you have shields. It's like, oh, great, cool. Thank you. But no, I do think the play here for Ithaca is to just play for these dragons, make sure that they are able to scale pretty well, obviously get these resistances that the mountain dragons give you, and just maybe play for the Corki, right? The Corki's 3-0 and 7 right now. Corki does damage, so that might be the play.
I mean, I do think like the Corki's very, very strong. 307, he has 2.5 items already, including like his fully stacked Muromana. So I feel like he's going to be definitely a damage threat to pay attention to. And with this next Drake spawning in 2.5 minutes, we now have to like keep our eyes on that Baron. You know, one lost team fight from either squad could survive it, or could mean a Baron rather.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's probably what both these teams really want here. But then here's the Corki flashing that Victor ult. Is he gonna die here? He is. But then here comes the Camille.
He is.
Clean things up.
She should be able to do it. Theoretically, I mean, Sandbag's leaving her, so you think she'd be okay. But like, look at the base. Look at the base though. Mordekaiser's in the base, and oh no, catastrophe falling. One Nexus tower is almost gone, and they might not be able to save it.
Wow, Lord, one Q.
That Mord
does damage. He's got the Rift Maker, so he can just keep himself alive. Oh, okay. And then Ithaca's just Ithaca is just they can't really do anything about this Farmingdale Baron here unless Sandbag has to go for this miracle steal, maybe an ult in the smite. I
mean, he could maybe get a miracle steal and kills off of this. So like... The Trundle's dead.
The Trundle is dead. The Caitlyn's dead, and the Lux is dead. The Blutes. Ithaca got the Baron.
They did. That was a big steal, big opportunity taken up by Sandbag. They're able to blow up that Trundle. I mean, he does end up falling to the Victor, who is starting to look very scary.
Right, but that was a 1-for-4 and a Baron for Ithaca. That is what I feel like that's one of the many things they needed to get themselves back in this game.
I agree. I mean, that's the start, right? They're only 2,500 gold behind now, working their way back. They're gonna have to start worrying about the Victor, but like, they're starting to do damage. They're getting it up there. They're getting it up there, especially if Farmingdale keeps making these mistakes. They should be able to capitalize on them and continue to do well.
Yeah, and again, I think the play for Ithaca is to just keep playing for the dragon, right? The Dragon Soul is something that Dragon Souls are really broken. Like, if you think about it, they're just so good. So I think having someone having that soul, even if you're behind in kills, they're up in kills. So I think that just playing for this dragon is the smartest move here. And then, yeah, I do agree somewhat with Camille split pushing. I mean, she does not have TP, so it maybe isn't the best idea. And Hecarim's just on Prugs. Sure. I don't think
he is on Prugs, and we know he's not going to beat the Mordekaiser, but I suppose it keeps him off the dragon. He is able to wall ult. My internet starts to fail me even more.
It's all good.
And, I mean, he does get away, although he loses the Drake. I apologize for this. It's the wind. The wind is killing my internet. There's so much wind here in Ithaca, it's starting to mess with my internet. Because I live out in the woods.
It's all good. You sound fine. So they go for the Taric Camille combo again. They get the Taric stun, but not the Camille stun. So we're looking for a team fight here. It looks like Mordekaiser's going to go down. Another stun coming on to, I believe that's the Trundle. Yeah, it is, because we just got a little bit of a Minecraft in the Discord display here. So Lux is going to take down the Jhin. Trundle is still fighting here. This is insane. And Trundle's still going to get this kill. Oh, well, actually, Lux grabs it. Trundle is absolutely so tanky, so able to just make sure that everyone dies, everyone's okay, and then Corki finally gets killed, even though he got killed before. So it's 5-2 and 7 Corki here. I think
it's crazy. I mean, this could be the end for Ithaca. They have 30, 20, well, it's 14 seconds on the Jhin. I'm counting down the timers, but it's not doing it. And they have one of the Nexus towers already fallen, so they could look for this. So that is important to know.
Now, Farmingdale could easily, Farmingdale has the TP coming in. I think they do just end the game here. 24 minutes. This one is another bit of a stomp. I was scared of the Camille pick. I was scared of the Camille pick because I figured, we'll just pick Mordekaiser into it, and they did exactly that, and it seemed to work. So But
It did.
Victor is going to go down, but that
I
doesn't
mean,
mean
I
anything.
think
And
they're
then the
just
Nexus
playing with their
goes
food at
down.
this point.
Oh,
Yep, there
absolutely.
goes the Nexus.
25
It
minutes.
falls. 25 minutes, correct. It is the final score of the series is 3-1 to Farmingdale. But I'd say it was overall a good series, and we'll get an interview with Man Walrus, the support of Ithaca, in a few moments. So, but overall, like that was an incredible series. If for those of you who are just joining us now, I'm seeing there's a few people joining us.
Yeah.
Go back through this game, watch game two. Game
Game
two
two
was
was so crazy.
it was
Game two was
incredible.
my favorite of the series
I
by
don't
far.
want to talk about it too much, but because in case you haven't seen, I don't want to spoil what happens. But game two was an incredible game all
It
around,
was
and we have
absolutely
seen.
amazing.
I mean, overall, it's been a good series. We've seen a lot of exciting things around the board, like
Yeah.
from picks to builds to game two, and it's just I think it's been really exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this game two, obviously we had one pick for the game two, which we kind of lost our minds about. I don't want to tell you which one it is. And then game three, I think that was I'm pretty sure. No. Yeah, it was game three. Game three, we had a fun jungle pick
Oh yeah, the
from
Master
Ithaca.
Yi. The
The
Master Yi is
Master Yi.
exciting, but
It was exciting. But, no, I think each game had something
it
to
did.
really it had something to be proud of for each team. Really, I think there was a lot of great plays. I can't believe how crazy that the Camille Tarek thing was. It was so cool.
No, that was a really cool interaction. I'm gonna want to talk about
Yeah.
it more, but before we do that, we are gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we are gonna have Manny Sanchez. So he's Man Walrus, he's the support for Ithaca, and we're just gonna have a quick little interview with him. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the broadcast, guys. It's a post game, and for just as a little bit of a recap, the final score of the series was 3-1 Farmingdale. But I'm here with Man Walrus, who was the support for Ithaca, and just to start it off, so what are your first thoughts on the series as we're finishing up, Manny?
I think it's really tough because I do think we could have won on the day. I don't believe that we were. I guess I don't believe we were disciplined enough to win. But despite that, I think our play in a lot of the games was close enough. I think if things had gone differently in the at the end of the last two games, I think we could have won both those games. But ultimately, I think Farmingdale better team on the day, and I think we could have won. But it just sucks.
Yeah, I do feel that. But as you were saying, every game we saw was very close. From the first one to the last one we had.
Not the
I would
first one, but the other
okay,
ones.
maybe not. I think at all points in every game there were close moments, right?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a fair comment to say that I thought okay, maybe the first one spiraled a little bit out of control after like 10-15 minutes. But for that first little bit, I really felt like, I don't know, I could see it coming. And I mean, the Cassidy pick was exciting and all the picks are exciting, but I want to focus a little bit on game 2, which, I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. So anyone who doesn't want to hear about it should leave. Okay. Now that those people have left, I want to talk a little bit about the Blitzcrank pick. I just want to know, like, what was your thought process with that pick and how did you like implement it with that throughout the game?
Well, we had a couple different ways to like how we thought about approaching bot lane this series. We were thinking like, well, one thing we could do is just go for comfort and ignore them. Another thing we could try to do is go like a winning lane, right? And then another thing we were thinking of doing potentially was Lucian Nami and matching enchanters because we thought we could outtrade this bot lane.
That's funny. That's so funny because we mentioned that. That was the other thing we mentioned if it was a Nami. Okay.
We thought we were the better bot lane on the day, and I think that was kind of proven. We did like diff them in most of the games. So we did try to use that to our advantage. And I was like, okay, well, we're down a game in this series, right? It was kind of a deflating loss because it felt like we lost that first game at level 1. So I was like, I went for option 4 out of 4, which was like go nuts, play Blitzcrank. You know, it was a perfect game for it, right? They ran like Yumi Kog'Maw, right? And I was like, I was basically like, after the first game, I kind of like, we were feeling them out bot lane. And I was like, the right way to play against that is like Yumi boosts Kog'Maw and Kog'Maw presses W and walks at Lucian and stays behind the minion waves. But I was like, they're not going to do that. And I was correct. And basically my goal in that game was to be an agent of chaos. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'm proud of that flash hook on the Kog'Maw. I think that was a fun game. I only picked Blitzcrank in the right circumstances, so I don't look like an idiot when I do it.
No, that was a good that was a really good circumstance. I mean, you hit the hooks. Like it wasn't like you missed the hooks. So, and that's what matters. And like you use the word like nuts, like that word like completely explains game 2. That whole game in a nutshell. That game was just a fiesta from beginning to end, and I just loved that so much. Do you have any?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's the finals, right? So
yeah,
we didn't come all this way just to play scared, right? We wanted to throw a bunch of different things at them, and unfortunately, they were able to adapt.
Yeah, we did see some adaptation, but I think we saw adaptation from you guys as well. We saw like playing against the Victor and the Mordekaiser from the early game. You tried to adapt to it within that last game where you saw those two champions again, and unfortunately, it didn't work quite out that way. But I thought it was pretty close. But like, do you have anything to say, Michael? Do you have any questions? I feel like I'm talking way too much. Do you have anything else?
Oh no, you're fine. So I just really want to know what you guys thought of that Scion.
It was not great, but it's okay. Because it pulled Eli away, and it was basically like, this is actually something I do want to hit on a bit later, but this is the first team that like I think going into this game, we built up a lot of bad habits over the course of the season that kind of got exposed because none of the other teams would really punish our mistakes in the way this team did. Like, we got away with everything we were doing today up until this point easily. And this was the first team that actually was willing to like use side lanes and like rotate and like look for barons that are not like 100%, right? And it was basically that combined with I think that was kind of why the series slipped away from us, is this team was actually willing to punish. And like the teams we played in red were not very good. That's a little too blunt. I'm sorry. They were not very good, except for this one.
I mean, that kind of, it's like, it's understandable. I mean, not all the levels competition. We talked about how this was like Eli's first, like, quote unquote matchup where he had someone with a somewhat similar skill level, because I believe most of his players he played against were like
D1 tops.
Oh, there were? Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed those. I thought they were mostly a lot lower than that. All right. Well, then I guess my point's invalid. But so what is the future of ICB?
Sorry, could I hit on that first?
Yeah. No,
a lot of the reasons Eli was dying in those games was it's not Eli's fault. It's like a team thing. Like in that last game specifically, first game it was doomed at level 1, right at that point.
Yeah.
The second game, I know he died early on Malphite because press the attack is like nuts and he didn't
Mhm.
expect it. But like the third game, we were like, oh crap, we've drafted a bot lane that's just turbo useless before like level 6. So we
Yeah.
needed to camp us. And because of that, Mordekaiser was standing between like he was literally just like under tower the entire game on Eli's like thing. A lot of what you see when top laners die randomly, especially like in our games, is it's a team effort. So it's not exactly him underperforming.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel well. I wouldn't call it underperformance by any means. I mean, I think also Camille and the Mordekaiser isn't exactly a prime matchup for the Camille, but I want to move along from the series into like your future for the people who like might be wanting to come back in the future. When are your guys is like, what's your schedule for the future? When are you guys playing your next games? What's your outlook for the series? Like, I know you're doing ECAC in the spring, but is there anything else we could look forward to in the next few months?
Uh, Nothing in the meantime. We might play like some tournament over like winter break
Mhm.
before ECAC starts. That depends on the
Mhm.
official start date. We haven't got that, but we're really looking forward to ECAC in the spring. Is going to be our next thing.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it too. Every time we performed very well overall in the ECAC, so I'm pretty excited to see how it goes with it. But I think that's going to be all for the interview that we've done today. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in. We are moving on. The stream isn't done yet. Charity stream's not done yet. I believe we're going into a speed run of a game. I can't remember the game of it right now. I know our producer right now, Thomas, is going to be a part of it, and that'll be going on for the rest of it. And for those who didn't know, because I've seen a few people who joined, this whole stream that we've been doing all weekend. It's a charity event for the Tompkins County Alcohol and Drug Council. So if you want to donate, put exclamation point donate in the chat, and that'll bring up that link for you guys. But thanks for listening. See you guys next time.